I didn't mean to do that. Got it. Right? I didn't put the title. Look at that. I messed up the title there. I got to do the title over, right? But I'll fix it in post-production. Let's just run with this, right? Go ahead, Brother Terrell. I yield the floor.
Islam. I am Terrell Tamari Bey. How are you people? How are you? I am doing this beautiful, or your beautiful weather report with my magnificent bros. And you are?
Namaste, peace and greetings to you all. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here at Morocco at Northwest of Mexico. Yeah!
And I am Brother Shanalimi Ale. Peace, love, all is well.
Islam.
Indeed. We're about to get on down with this 7HealStar, right? Astrology firm. Hold on, Brother Sean. What were you saying, brother? I don't want to cut you with. What did you say?
I was saying, get down. I was trying to find that song. I'm like, man, what song is that? And that led me to the video for the AstroWeather report.
It literally says Hasan Ghaziel Bey, all rights reserves, personal meeting room. That's not what this is. This is our 7HealStar.com, right? 7-day tropic medical astro weather report for the 14th through the 20th, April 2022. All right, you guys know I'm gonna bring up the screen share actually, but first, let's just kind of let you guys know why are we even doing this, right? Let's do a little screen share here, right? Start our broadcast here, all righty. And if we can share while we're sharing, guys, we can. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be doing my best to share while I can. Also, let me see if I can get it out to Facebook to you guys or whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe I should wait since it's doing all this personal, stuff or whatever. Let me just wait. I don't know. Either way. It's a personal meeting room. What is that? Maybe that's clickbait. Maybe people be like, this is different. Let me come into the personal meeting room and see what this is. Gotcha. It's just the weather report. Same stuff. I know, right? That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Right? However, let me just do this, guys. Let's come on over here and let me just click this, see what I have have saved here to my home screen. 7HealStar.com, right? I'm making an app by saving 7HealStar.com to my homepage, right? And for you that have not actually subscribed to our email, go on and do that, man. It's a party. All right? Going down in the email, right? And guys, you already know we have lots of pro bono things that you can actually enjoy here at 7HealStar.com. But let me get to the point of why we're even here today. First and foremost, we always put Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the forefront of our minds. Let's never forget that. We are being pure heart, being sincere intent, being love, being honor, so that our days may be long upon the earth land, all right? And keeping Prophet Noble Drew Ali at the forefront pertaining to our minds. However, this is why we're doing this, right? This is why we do this. Personal, right? Full year 7HealStar Astro Calendar and Transit Report, all righty? You can get your personal full year 7HealStar Astro Calendar and Transit Report for 180 units in lieu of lawful money. That's less than 50 cents a day. However, you're going to get it all at once, just like it, because we have done some work, and that's what you're transacting for. You're really transacting for the work that has been done as far as the artwork and things of that nature, and to put it together, guys, because it takes energy to put these things together. It's not just like, the computer sits there and makes, the graphics themselves. All righty. So, when it comes to being, doing astrology, we are scientists as well as artists. And, a lot of times, guys, how you might go to some specialists and you're like, wow, man, that specialist, it cost me $1,500 just for an hour. Well, you're transacting for the tuition and everything and all that time that made them be able to, you don't come to a specialist and it takes 3 days to get something accomplished. Most of specialists can get things done in a matter of hours or less. All righty. So just going to put that out there, guys. Let me come on back here to our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report, guys. And that's why we do it, guys. When you hear this one that we do right here, we do a community service 3 degrees out of a 7-degree cycle. All righty. We normally bring you guys a community service by giving you the Intuition Monday with Brother Sean Alim and Brother Benjamin Bey. We give you our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report as you're here with us now with myself, Brother Terrell, Tamari Bey, and Brother Corey Bey. However, now we have been just doing just substituting. Brother Corey is really doing a lot behind the scenes, as far as for himself as well as us, So shout out to Brother Corey Bey. And then you got Fridays, our impromptu improv, which we have headed by Brother Benjamin Bey, to just have just random topics and ideas and things we can speak about and just use our astro literate mindset to speak about it with. Alrighty, so that we can continue to encourage astro literacy. So that's our community service, guys. So don't be afraid to, get your astrology sessions with us. Alrighty, make sure you schedule your sessions with 7HealStar. Alrighty, you guys can get your invoice, and 9 times out of 10, if your health insurance is set up properly, you can get your health insurance provider to reimburse you when you deal with 7HealStar. All right. So, and we have experience with that, and we have receipts to prove that that's what we do. So shout out to our beloved daughter in whom we're well pleased. Jay, thank you for that experience. All righty. So with that being said, in moving forward and continuing, let me go and do the screen share over here. I probably got an astro clock going on already over here. Right. So I'll probably stop the astro clock, but it'll be good to see just, what's going on now as we're astro clocking it. Right.
Yeah.
The astro clocking itness on,
All
It seems like, do I have to close this? I think I have to close something. Yes. Close this window. My computer seems to be fighting the processor, yeah? All righty. Okay, so we're almost seeing the screen here, right? And you can see we have an astro clock going. I'm going to stop this astro clock, guys. But as you can see right now, we have Leo on the rise, just past the degree of the back, the degree pertaining to the back at 19 degrees Leo. So the sun there in the 9th house, guys, alrighty, sharing the 9th house with both Chiron and Mercury. Look at that, Mars. You rule the 9th house, you from the 7th. So we're going to actively relate some things that are dealing with our erudite mindset and make sure we're being very childlike and how we're bringing things center stage and be very creative, right? Look at the ascendant right there at 20 degrees Leo with the sun in the background with it too, right? Look at that. And that's what I call pictures and photo ops or anything, whatever. Anyway, let's just exit out of this astro clock here, right? And let's go right on here, and let's do an interactive chart adjust. All righty, and let me minimize our thumbnails to the right here. I know you guys can't see it, on the screen, but I can see it. So I got this here. We're gonna go for this next solar ascendant conjunction here. So let's bring the ascendant into here, solar ascendant conjunction. And we're going to do the next day. Next day from the 13th would be the 14th, right? And guys, just want to let you know, let me make sure I can do this, right? Let's have some fun. Let's kind of take them through the drive a little bit, man, just to show, you know what I'm saying? Let me just make sure.
To the drive.
Yeah, because I want to make sure I can bring this calendar up, right?
Thank you all for joining our Astro Drive-In.
I know, right? I know, right? Oh, hold on. Let me start that one. Okay, I got it, right?
Oh, man.
So let's see. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we should be seeing the other screen now, right? Is that correct? Are we seeing the iPad now? Are you guys seeing it?
With the charts, or let me see, you got 2 of them.
Let me stop the screen share there. Boom. And that way we can see Prophet Noble Drali, correct?
Islam, yes.
All righty. That's great. Let me go into this drive here and let's see if I can just type calendar, right? Can I type that? I don't know. Let's see. I should be. Let's go here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Calendar, right? Really should have popped up already. Can I do that? Or should I do 7? Right. There's the protocol. There's the April thumbnails. Why don't I put that calendar? That's what I was just trying to figure out. Where did I put the calendar? Let's see. Boom. Shocky Locky. Can we go here? Let's see. Boom. I was trying to bring it up in the drive. I was trying to find an excuse to go in the drive and be like, hey guys, in our drive here, you know, past this library of things, here's the calendar. You know, I was trying to do that without having to wait here right now for this. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get this going. If not, I will make sure I bring the astro calendar up for you guys. There is no worries, because I have multiple ways of doing this, especially when it's like, oh, you're trying to stream and do this at the same time. So let me do this. Let me just solid for you guys and bring this calendar up. 2 moments just to show you what we're going through here. 1 moment. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. And we're going to do the 7HealStar calendar. Right. Let's see what we got.
Go in. Right.
Y'all player.
Oh man.
Let's see. L-E. All righty. That is very, 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 very interesting.
Since she came to 7HealStars, uplifting the mental subconscious.
You on a roll, man.
I know, very interesting.
He's been on
2 clicks.
You talk to brother. You don't need to talk to brother.
Let's do this. So with that being said, guys, what I'm doing is bringing up the calendar so you guys can actually see that Brother Sean has the 14th, Brother Terrell has the 15th. I have the 16th and the 7th. I got 14. All righty, guys. All righty. And I wanted to just briefly just point out a few things, but I think I'm going to go in on it on Friday. Wanted to go in on Palm Sunday, which just passed on the 10th.
You can't see the screen, bro. You
sharing it again?
You sharing the screen? We can't see it. We can't see it.
No. I had actually, hold on 2 seconds. Let me come back. So yeah, so that's why, because I'm actually about to go here. I'm just going to share it from here, guys. You know, build it while we fly. So I'm going to join in here or whatever, right? And let's do that. Boom. So what I was saying, yeah, I got 14 of them, right? Brother Sean, you got what? You got 7. I think Brother Sean's got 7. Brother Terrell's got like, what you got, Brother Terrell? I think you got a boatload, right?
I think I got 8.
You got 8, right? So 7, 8, and 14, right? That's how it's going down, because Brother Terrell has the heaviest load on Friday, actually.
Oh man, gosh, you need to support my brother, you know? Just brother, he's at adversity.
Need a hand with that. Need a hand with that Friday, bro. You know.
Yeah, maybe. You know, no major aspects.
You're hilarious. Let's see. Okay, let me let myself in here so I can show you guys his calendar. All right, so let me take you guys to the calendar very quickly so you guys can see it. Let me go and bring this iBook up really quickly. That's where I thought it was, right? So thank everyone for their patience. I guess you guys know how it is that we do. So when it comes to 2 seconds. This is very interesante. Let's see which drive it's in. I just want to show you guys. No, we don't really have to show you the calendar. I just really want you just to be in continuity with it all, actually. So let's actually see. I think I might have put it in a folder that, let's see. I don't think I had on my iPad. That's what I'm really thinking. Is that true? Or maybe I just don't have it there. That's very interesting, guys.
I can share my screen real quick.
Yeah, go right ahead. Oh, and look, check it out. And I found it. It's in our first aid ministry folder, if I'm not mistaken.
Go ahead.
Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure. I think I might be onto something. And go. Is that it? Let's see. Let's see if I did the right thing, Ski. Now I know it's in our first aid ministry folder, guys. So pardon me on that one. Right? So let's see. Boom, shakalakas, TikTokas don't stop us. Right? What's that hitting for? That looks like that's it, right? Our 7HealStar Astro calendar, March Aries 2022 to February Pisces 2023, guys. All righty. And we are giving our diverse testimonies again for the month, right? That's the moon cycle for the month. That is the Aries Taurus month, right? Fire sign Aries. All right. Let's make sure this is correct, right? Because we're going from the 14th to the 20th. So the fire sign Aries, right? Dealing with the ram, contemporarily, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Mars. And this month pertaining to April also contains the earth sign Taurus, dealing with the bull, contemporarily, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Venus. All right. So with that being said, guys, we have here for the 14th, right? As you guys can see, and like I said, on Friday, and I trust we're going to have a very special guest on Friday. We want to see how that goes down, guys, but it's impromptu improv. So we're kind of going to not let you know till that day happens or whatever, and just send it out to you guys, right? But I want to go in on the astrology pertaining to Palm Friday, which obviously, if you just kind of look, Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday is right after the first quarter moon. Look at that. First quarter moon happens on the 9th, and then on the 10th, you get a Palm Sunday, right? And so everything is really being measured on the moon cycle here, all righty? So we're even able to know that Easter is the first Sunday after a full moon, right? And then the cycle after that is really Orthodox Easter, right? If you remember, we went in a little bit on Veritas, right? The revelations of mysteries, the construction of the Median and Persian laws, so that you can comprehend what is meant by Orthodox. Usually Orthodox for me just means sidereal astrology. Anytime I hear Orthodox, I think a sidereal astrology. So, okay, so for the 14th, guys, as you can see here, we have Brother Alim L. All righty, and he will be giving his diverse testimonies for those 5 transits there. Brother Terrell Tamari Bey with a heavy Good Friday load of just telling us what's going on the left side of that box and the right side of that box for the 15th. For the 16th, I have the full moon, guys, and the moon is transiting, of course, from Libra to Scorpio. So there's obviously a void, of course, I will be bringing attention to, and briefly speaking on Passover a little bit, maybe bring up some articles or some things just to show you guys. I'm not going to go in on a report now. I'm going to do a little bit more going in on Friday. I would like to just speak a little, running by Brother Benjamin, to make sure this is what we can kind of go in on, just the astrology that. It's going to require all of us, though, to kind of go back into Worditas just to pinpoint some things so that we know what we're just going to make sure we bring to you guys eyes. All righty. And I also have the 17th. So I have Lazarus Saturday, which is called Passover, as well as Easter Sunday. Right. So I have the 16th and the 17th. I'll be giving my diverse testimonies for those transits. And then on the 18th, we do have our beloved brother, whom we're well pleased, Terrell Tamari Bey, again, to fill out, to balance out that heavy load that he had on on the Friday. So now it's all there on the 18th, that balance. And then on the 19th, Brother Alim L and I close out for the 20th, right? For next Odin's Day, Woden's Day. All righty. So with that being said, guys, what I would like to do now is just stop this screen share here, right? Let me actually bring that back to the Zoom ski. right? Stop the screen share. Actually, I can leave now. I don't think I'm going to share from that device anymore. And now let's go on to this one. And let me get to my beloved brother in whom I'm well pleased, my brother, Sean Alim. Let me bring this up for you, bro. Let me do the screen share. And shout out to anybody and everybody, if they're in the chat already at YouTube. I didn't check yet. I will come and say my peace of greetings to you all. Let me hit the screen share here. And let's do this here. Boom shakalaka. There you go. TikTok, the fun don't stop, right? And butterum, and there's sunrise. Looks like there's a sunrise, right? That's still saying 13th, baby. That's because that's not 0. And there we go. We should be seeing the 14th now. Do we? Did you miss me? Right? Varnell Hill Show. Varnell, did you miss me? No. Nobody remembers that from Martin.
Dude,
I'm kidding.
The no is always just classic, man.
I know, right? I yield the floor, brother Sean Alim. Let's slide.
All righty. Sol conjunct the ascendant, right? Or what people call sunrise. Got the sun in Aries, so just get up, get active, or like that song, get up, get out, and get something. Just enjoy this fiery creative energy that everyone's feeling. And I will get into my first aspect with Luna reflecting Neptune. All right, so we're at 0600 hours, 10 minutes, 50 seconds on the Thor's day. We have Luna, let's see where you at, 24 degrees, 2 minutes, Virgo, reflecting, there we go, Neptune right there at 24 degrees, 2 minutes, Pisces in its 12th house. And for this, just to be quick, subconscious anxiety vibrations. And to get into my testimony, this is a time to where some people are looking to organize their thoughts, daily routines, and to either give or receive some kind of service, possibly a day with one's pets to escape the reality for just a little bit. Also, a great time to tune in to the higher vibrations of love for some self-healing, feeling a sense of a spiritual rebirth or a transformation after things have felt stormy, right? And the mind wants to organize while forces outside of us can be seeming to cause a distraction. And finally, for those that like painting or thought about going to paint, this is a good time to go paint, clean and organize, or just play some of your favorite tunes and dance. Or just click our video for the AstroWeather report and, get your moves going on, whether you want to get your breaking on or, get your serving on, either or. Just dance, do best not to worry, and just be peace and love in a healthy fashion. And for that, I will yield for Luna reflecting Neptune, subconscious anxiety vibrations. All right, and then we're going to get on down to the next aspect, which will be Luna reflecting Jupiter. So we have Luna in the 6th house still at 24 degrees, 24 minutes, reflecting Jupiter and the 12th house at 24 degrees, 24 minutes, Pisces. All right, so quick keywords for this aspect is mental organization for healing and expansion. And I'll get into my testimony as to whether you're an artist, musician, service worker, etc. Leading up until this aspect or after, there can be thoughts about how to expand one's work habits, the home life, and one's own health. With higher education brings new knowledge and thoughts, patterns that challenge limiting beliefs. So, sometimes it's okay to let go of things that are, just haven't served their purpose when truth comes. And finally, organizing our thought processes, emotions, and endings that have happened. And with the mindset of growth and knowing closure makes way for new opportunities. And this brings healing to the mental and physical. And I'll end as in two. some self-care. And I will yield for Luna, reflecting Jupiter, mental organization for healing and expansion. All right, get into the next one. What we got Luna trining Pluto. Right. Let's see. There we go. We've got Luna at 28 degrees, 33 minutes in the second house, making a trine or harmonious aspect to Pluto at 28 degrees, 33 minutes, Capricorn in the sixth house. All right. So this is organizing personal values and services given. This is a harmonic time to really assess and look at our own personal values and how we can be of service to others. Taking emotional, physical, and mental stress and transmuting that energy into a renowned sense of usefulness and healing. A shift of power struggles pertaining to work that can now bring harmonious energies for the collective conscious. Let's see. Foreign authority or wisdom brings light to the globe for universal understanding and sharing. All right. So this is a transformation of the workplace, just your values and how you go about your daily thing. And Pluto being the power cycles are just a transition. So how are you transitioning and transforming your values into a higher purpose for yourself and for yourself? And after this aspect, Luna goes void of course for 2 hours and 35 minutes. So at 1600 hours, 46 minutes, you'll be able to purchase things after that. But for during this 2 hours and 35 minutes course, no major purchases or any big time decisions, as it is known as buyer's remorse. And I will yield for that aspect and get into my next one. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Hasan, could you bring up my next aspect, please?
Islam. And this is after your 2 hour and 35 minute void of course.
Alrighty, so let's see. All right, we have Luna ingressing Libra. Woohoo, yeah. Bring some balance to your life, right? So with Luna now ingressing Libra, this is a great time to balance the home life, partnerships, and receiving favorable replies or new information pertaining to contracts. There could be some that are planning a home get-together, or others could be buying new decorations to deck out their home, get some good vibes in there, right? Also, there could be others trying out a new dish that they maybe been eyeing, or trying out a new recipe that they've been looking at, to get down in the kitchen. Meeting new people and having uplifting discussions. Moving forward with a fresh mindset after shedding past trauma, old wounds, actions, and mindsets that are no longer in harmony with who we want to be and how we see ourselves. And finally, this new moon in Libra brings new ways of relating the inner us with the public, so that now, the disconnect now gets connected. The cord, that was probably out of the plug, no one noticed, is now being plugged in. So now this light is being brought. And I will yield for that for Luna moving into Libra. And I will get into my final aspect for Thursday. All right, let's see. Oh, we got another ingress. All right, let's call me Mr. Ingression. All righty, so we have Mars ingressing Pisces. All right, so this my quick statement is ambition and drive for love and wisdom. All right, and I'll get into my testimony after moving from a drive towards raising the social awareness, active activity with friends, groups, or associations. Now the drive or energy or focus is shifting into applying, all the previous or latter things said to bring the universal wisdom from previous experiences to be put into the now. With new knowledge brings action to apply that wisdom, to raise the awareness of self. Conversations and desires could point to make loving and intimate conversations that bring healing beyond the physical realms. We can also expect an increase of communications pertaining to goals, metaphysics, astrology, and true religion, and not dogma. These next few weeks will be geared towards loving ourselves more, embracing new wisdom that destroys the wall of limits and beliefs, but at the same time opens up a path to the more universal energy, guidance, and wisdom. And for that, I will yield for Mars ingressing Pisces, ambition and drive for love and wisdom, for the universal, for the collective.
But Mars is void of course. Then, right? It seems that Mars then made its last aspect sextile to Pluto then, because Pluto's at the latest degrees there at 28. So right after, I guess, Mars was sextile Pluto, it was then void of course until ingressing Pisces, huh?
Interessante. So yes.
That information. Really good to look at all planets when they're void of course, just to see like how those energies pertaining to that planet, and when they're not aspecting another planet, then how how somebody feels that they're at a party but they're not interacting with anyone, kind of feels like the wallflower, observing the party happening but not actually in the interaction with it. That's kind of what the void of course is. It's like you're at the party,
posted up. Wow.
But it's almost like you're there, but nobody's mingling with you, and you're not mingling with anyone else because you're void of course. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? There's no course to take, you know what I mean? As far as, settlement, meeting someone else in the mind. All right. So with that being said, let me move. What would you say?
Now, that's until a song comes on. Now the chorus is now driven. Oh, Sam, that's my song.
Hilarious, bro. All right, I yield the floor to my beloved brother Terrell, Tamari Bey, Islam.
Oh, Islam. Okay. All righty. All right. So we're at the holy day. Yes, the 15th of April, 1442. Yes. 2022, you can say. But yes, at this moment here, we're looking at the sunrise. So, listen to your music. Start your day with your favorite music. Maybe work out, or watch your favorite astrology videos, or get back into your studies. The Virgos and the Libras. The Virgos just had a lunar return, and the Libras are having a lunar return, and then the full moon's tomorrow on the Saturday. So yeah, just relax. Don't do too much. Don't overextend. Do some yoga. Yes, yeah, yoga and relax. Yeah. With that, I'll yield the floor.
Version of the higher version of Netflix and chill. If Venus is Netflix and chill, then Neptune is do some yoga.
Yeah, that's interesting, because this is wow. Okay, because this is the beginning of the day, right? So never mind. I'm not even gonna do that.
Y'all hilarious, man.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. But yeah, just change up your routine to a more practical aspect. vitality. Give yourself life instead of taking your life away. I yield.
That is the truth of Ruth, right? So, just not going too deep or too heavy, right? Just to recap, because I know Brother Terrell Tamari Bey just went on a Good Friday, and all he had was just to tell us where the moon was and what sunrise and sunset was. No transits for Good Friday, guys. 0 transit. So let's kind of go back to the 10th, guys. What's up? What's this Palm Sunday all about, right? And I'm not going extensively deep. You guys will get a little more detail from us, I think, because I'm going to probably not do a lot of advertising and being online, guys, for probably the next this and tomorrow, because I'm going to be just kind of stepping away from the electronics. I'll leave my brothers to probably do a lot of promoting and advertising. I'm going to make sure I get this together. So I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek right now. Palm Sunday, right? We need to see about Palm Sunday is a Christian, right, as they say, movable feast that falls on the Sunday before Easter, which means for me, hint, hint, this is all moon based. That's why it's movable, because you need to be able to calculate the moon cycles in order for this to happen. It's interesting how all this is happening during Ramadan, right? Everybody's up. Time never was when man was not is the point I'm making, guys. Let's stop the Star Wars. Star Wars only exists because people want to try to control when people eat. If I can control the time, I can control when the earth produces vegetation. Let's stop all wars on the planet. Let's, instead of World War III or World War IV, let's have World Love 1. Let's do that. Let's have World Love Beginning. Let's do that. World Love the pre-sequel. Let's, you know what I mean? Because all it is just one big misunderstanding. That's all it is.
Let's go from Ron Ortez to Meta World Peace, Islam Aida.
Yeah, basically, right? Palm Sunday is a Christian movable feast that falls on the Sunday before Easter. The feast commemorates Christ's triumphal entry into Jerusalem. That alrighty, where are we thinking here? Metaphysical Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore, right? Because we're not caught in the mystery or mysticisms. Alrighty. An event mentioned in each of the 4 canonical gospels, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Palm Sunday marks the first day pertaining to Holy Week. Look at that. It's calling Holy Week. Good Friday, which is what Brother Terrell Tamari Bey just went over. Good Friday is a Christian holiday commemorating the crucifixion. There's some crossing happening there. Look at that. Right? The cross that already happened on, if I'm not mistaken, the 20th of April, when the sun crossed over, right? That vernal equinox point. Correct. However, here's another crossing over from being gibbous, increasing in light, to full moon, and and now decreasing gibbous. It's another way of looking at it. All right. Commemorating crucifixion of Jesus and his death at Calvary. That's the skull of Goliath, Calvary. It is observed during Holy Week as part of the Pesco. Some people say Pesho. Triduum, right? So there's obviously some, 3 days, Good Friday, Passover, Easter, right? That's your Pesho Triduum or Triduum, right? So you're looking at these like Passover in 3 days, like before Passover, Good Friday, after Passover, Easter type energy. It is also known as Holy Friday, Great and Holy Friday, and Black. Ooh. You saying this the day after Thanksgiving? I don't know, because I don't deal with fiscal holidays. However, I'm just showing you guys here so that when it takes us Friday into the cosmology, astrology, and some astronomy. All righty. And what my intention is to do best for us to just have a presentation that reconciles, making sure we're clear on what we have here. We're not stuck in beliefs. All righty. And mystery. Passover. All righty. So the English word Passover is a translation of, or transliteration of the holiday's name in Hebrew, or called Hebrew, Pesach. All right. Some people would say Peshk, or Pashch, It just depends on who you talk to. Which means to skip, omit, or pass over. I wonder who they're skipping over. As above, so below. Traditionally, the name is believed to have originated with God passing over, quote unquote, the homes of the Jews when he was killing. Look, God was killing the firstborn sons of Egypt. I'm just pointing. I'm just pointing it out. All righty, moving right along. Not gonna be heavy here. Just want to point out some things. The naming of the celebration, we already know it's all allegory, But if people out there are stuck in belief and mystery, they're probably itching a fit, right? Okay, not that serious, guys. It's not that serious. Let not your beliefs have you commit suicide, socially and physically. Don't do it. All righty. The naming pertaining to the celebration of Easter themes, quote unquote Easter, seems to go back to the name of a pre-Christian goddess, pre-Christian, before. That means before Christians. Pre means before Christians. Hey, did I mention, Brother Sean and Brother Terrell, that pre means before Christians in England? Yoster, right? Yoster, right? Or Esther, some people would say too. Right? Easter, Ishtar, all types of things, right?
Talk about Sanford sign.
Say it again, brother.
I said we ain't talk about Sanford the sign.
Yeah. So who was celebrated? You big dummy. Is what we're saying you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be a big dummy. Who was celebrated at beginning of spring? So, the only reference to this goddess comes from the writings of the Venerable Bede, or Bede, a British monk, sounds like a Moor, who lived in the late 7th and early 8th. Yeah, it's definitely a Moor. 8th century. It's definitely a Moor. It's definitely a Moor. At this point, 7th, 8th century. Yeah, it's a Moor. Definitely some more. Hold on. I think you know what? It was I think I recall it was a Moor. That's what it was. So let me just saying all world history before the 1600s is Moorish history. And even the history after that is Moorish history. It's just Moor's been infiltrated and the history has been reconstructed history. But anyway,
indeed.
We're for peace and not destruction, and we're here to learn and love instead of hate. So, because most people are natural born haters. All righty, so you got to check your karma. That's the importance of getting your astrology done. Mirror, anyone?
Hating ain't healthy. Word to Brother Benjamin.
Islam. Right. Yo, oh my goodness. I was on the line with Brother Benjamin today. He had me literally laughing for an hour.
Islam. Brother Benjamin's actually funny. That's the funny part because he's so not even soft spoken. He's just calm spoken.
No, he
and
gave
laid
a
back.
reference. He gave a reference about nationality. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna let him say it because it's so funny. I don't even want to be the one who says it.
Islam.
Oh my God.
I ain't knocking it at all. All right, let's continue. Brother Hasan usually will give you guys a detailed report telling you about, where the planet is in the sign, the glyph in the sign and the house, along with the lunar mansion and all these other things. No lunar mansions today. I didn't break out the Gayat Alakim or what's called Picatrix, right? The wisdom of the world is how I look at the Gayat Alakim, or the world's wisdom, Gayat Alakim. So with that being said, that's dealing with the lunar mansions here. I guess our ancestors are dealing with, for some reason, it seems like here, or at some point, 28 lunar mansions that are all 12 degrees, 51 minutes in their span. Whereas, the nakshatras pertaining to the astrology that we know from Madras, from near the, what's called Madras, India, but is actually near the river Sindh, Hindustan. Some will know is now called the India Republic, or the Republic of India, where the lunar mansions there, termed nakshatras, are 13 degrees, 20 minutes in their span. All righty. So, you know, when you divide the zodiac 360 degrees into 27 slices, each slice is width is 13 degrees, 20 minutes. Whereas you take 360 degrees and divide it by 28, each slice for the lunar mansion's width is 12 degrees, 51 minutes. So, you know, you can kind of get used to knowing where something is, and the aspects will kind of let you know at times too. You get really great at the math usually. And usually, if something's in Lunar Mansion 1 and it's a 180 degree aspect, then you're going to go look to Lunar Mansion 15 probably. If it's Luna and the moon are square, and wherever the sun is, 9 times out of 10, if the moon's in Lunar Mansion 1, the sun's going to be in Lunar Mansion 7 probably. You know what I mean? Because that's how it goes. You got to remember, you know what I mean? It's kind of, we're breaking 28 divided by 4 is 7. So every quadrant is 7 lunar mansions. All right. So that's how we're looking at that there. All right. So with that board might be 8, you know, depends on where the sun is or whatever, so to speak, depending on the degrees and things of that nature as far as the square is concerned. But 9 times out of 10, it'd be a partile square. So normally in the partile square, you should get an equal 90 degrees as far as the mansions also. So with that being said, let me continue on my freestyle Wednesday with this, because I'm about to give you guys the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 testimonies, right? So let me get started. All righty. And here I go. So, guys, I have for the 16th April 2022, that is a Saturn day at 0632 minutes and 25 seconds thereafter. I have a solar ascendant conjunction here, 26 degrees Aries, 25 minutes pertaining to arc. All righty. And interestingly, as always, guys, now we have because last cycle I was telling you about that Mars, right, in Aquarius, but now we have Mars in Pisces. So now we just have this active inheriting energy seeking to isolate itself in some kind of way as it prepares to go through a self-realization journey, self-discipline journey, while still under the dispositorship actually pertaining to the 11th house. So it's doing it in a group fashion, actually gaining some things that are very beneficial and altruistic actually. As one actually allows themselves to ascend, right? Obviously above whatever radical communications, you know, that they may be thinking about for their future. So there's no fear. Just allow yourself to really let the wounded healing lead you further into expanding that institution of love for yourself, so that you can be able to grasp the essentials out of this radical change for yourself, so that you can be able to gain things necessary. Did I do that? Pretty cool. Just going from, you know, first house on up, down there, you know, just kind of just giving you guys a little something for the sunrise, right? All right, well, let's move right along. Not get too far into the dispositorship of things. And moving forward, we have a lunar Saturnian trine here. All righty, let me see what time that's happening. Okay, so I can keep it at next, so I won't be hitting next, and then it'd be like 2050, 11 sometime. And I'm like, oh no, we don't mean that particular lunar trine Saturn. So let me stop. All right, so let me go and find the lunar. So we have a lunar Saturnian trine, right? So there's Luna, there's Saturn. Let me type this 120. And that's our aspect, right? And it's happening at 0900. 6 minutes and 21 seconds thereafter, guys. We have Luna here, 23 degrees Libra, 20 minutes in the 5th house, right? And that's trine here in the 9th house, actually. This is still 9th, just right in the 10th house cusp, though, right before it. Actually, it's looking about, we're going to go 40 plus 16. That's 56 minutes, actually. So it's just 56 minutes before the 10th house cusp, Saturn. They're still in Aquarius, however, still under its own dispositorship, actually. And look who else is sitting at the cusp. Also in the 9th, though, actually. Pluto's in the 9th with Saturn. So that just lets me know that Saturn's not only dispositor for the 9th house, along with making sure there's some transformative things that are occurring with the structure of astrology. Ultimately, like a lot of people are probably just really, you know, seeing that they're having an awesome moment in learning that there are, people out there in the independent sentient beings, singular sentient beings out there that are, maybe come with some things that are transformative when it comes to astrology, but not necessarily threatens the structure of astrology as much as assisting seemingly to augment in a radical fashion that's what will allow ourselves to be able to actually communicate the things that may appear to be hidden, because you have Mercury here actually ruling over that fifth house cusp, along with ruling over the ascendant at this moment also. So Mercury in the 12th house actually ruling over the moon, and Saturn, of course, ruling over itself there in the 9th house with Pluto. Just really lets me know that even when I look to Mercury's dispositorship for this actual trine here, there's just this perfect harmony, alrighty, between home and structure, home and the public. This private and public harmony that's going on, and being very transformative and bringing about a disciplined mind and thinking and communication, which allows an altruistic endeavor towards the future so that we can kind of rid ourselves of the fascination and denial of brotherhood. All right, because Lilith is fascination and denial, and the fascination and denial that ascends really when it comes to our destiny outside of our comfort zone may seem a little radical at times, and may seem like we may need a little more knowledge to pour out, where some things may be hidden from our immediate thoughts. I just, think that we just, allow ourselves to just take the time to continue to ascend as we allow ourselves to discipline ourselves in this 12th house situation and find those relative pleasures. The reason I'm saying relative pleasures, because bedroom pleasures, right? But I'm saying relative or relative because 12th is 6th from the 7th. And so the 12th house would be the health pertaining to the relationship, not necessarily just something hidden that's so bad and all these things. And incarceration, carcere, the Latin term carcere, doesn't have to just mean incarceration for one that is actually doing something where they created a corpus delicti or delicti, a corpus delicti, which is an injured party. No, because not only is a criminal in a cell forced to make changes, however, those that are in a cell where they choose to decide to make changes are usually monks or nuns, so to speak, right? And so that's a different kind of cell where someone will allow themselves to discipline themselves and do this mental magician work, shout out to Brother Sean on that reference there, because, some people call the 12th house the house of the magician, where really it's just you allowing yourself to make the changes necessary within inside yourself, measuring twice, cutting once, and getting rid of those ungangly parts of yourself, so that you can allow yourself to continue to ascend, because the 12th house is the first thing you enter every day. Sun on every planet, when it rises, it's rising in self-discipline. It's rising in isolation. It's rising in carcere. All righty. So it means you come into rising kind of, from oneself to really no self. And, because the earth is rotating on its axis is why it appears that the planets are going through the houses clockwise, while actually they're transiting through the signs apparently counter clockwise. All right. So with that being said, that's my testimony for lunar trine Saturn. I really find us being able to allow ourselves to really be at home and be creative in how we're balancing things that we're looking to find that are really essential, and how we can really share those things that we're learning. Because now we have learned some things, we have seen some things, and a lot of information and knowledge is coming, quote unquote, full circle. And now we're ready to really take our place amongst the affairs of men and exercise these things. However, we have a little bit more self-discipline to contemplate. All right. And moving forward, we have the full moon. We have a solar lunar reflection here. Solar, Luna, and reflection, right? Happening at 1455 minutes thereafter. Let's see exactly where it is. 1400 hours, 54 minutes and 52 seconds. We have a solar lunar reflection that's taking place in the 9th and 3rd house. Look at that, guys. We are looking at some sort of communication and publishing kind of energy here, right? So we're looking at the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus all taking their place amongst the affairs of men in the foreign affairs house right there, right? So we have this creative communicating service that allows us to share, right? Some creative communicating service, right? In the house pertaining to publishing. That's all. That's what publishing is, right? Creative communicating, a creative communicating service where people can gain knowledge and information and things of that nature, right? Oh wow, those are my books. Thank you. I should have been checked to see if they were here. Oh, just that one. This is my book. Okay, thank you. Hey, Brother Sean, I think I got my Hebrew book. Let's see. It open, right? Let's see. Do I got it? Shout out to Brother Terrell Tamari Bey for referencing thrift books, right? Oh yeah, Brother Sean, you're right. Here it is. Bingo, bango, butterfuco. The Hebrew alphabet, a mystical journey, right? Yay! I got my Hebrew alphabet, a mystical journey. Yay! All right. It's actually a hardcover. That's awesome. All right. Thank you for the suggestion, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey. All right. Still got to get that other one, right? All right. Yeah, super duper, right? I gotta admit, yeah, they were the better ones. I actually did some shopping, so to speak.
So they were the better ones, yeah, Larry.
Yeah, I actually did. I actually looked. And I was like, but they got it.
Yeah,
But then when I saw it, I was like, do I want the deal and wait a few days, or will I just exchange a little more and just get it in a day or two? I said, you know what? I can wait. I can wait. That's kind of where I went with that, right? So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So that's great. Good. That was great. Shout out to my mom Dukes for handing me that. All right, so here we go. Moving forward, right? Man, this energy today, man. Goodness gracious, bros. I'm gonna talk to y'all after this live. So here we go. Yeah, guys. So now Luna's there, right? Doing its home balance thing, right? So it's just feeling balanced, sort of, kind of. But Luna in Libra is like, hold on, I'm 90 degrees away from where I'm comfortable, right? So there's just the means of getting over the obstacles of communication and things of that nature. A lot of clarity, I think, is going to be given here, guys. Whatever it is that can be communicated and or published, it's going to give a lot of clarity to the point where I don't think things are going to fall to shit. Where's Mars? Look at Mars there in Pisces, 1 degree, 15 minutes in Pisces in the 7th house. I think we're going to really find a way to actively communicate these things, even though by accidental dignity, Mars is not doing so great. Supposedly, Mars would do better in the 1st house. However, let's use this thing reflection, on a reflection kind of means, so to speak. I would like to more just look at it just Mars is just really allowing itself to really have a breath descended experience and how it can actively relate things that are higher and or seemingly quote unquote spiritual, which I think Pisces is a really great preparation for Mars, because after that, it's going to be domicile in Aries. So this is where I think Mars can kind of, go through his journey and realize, hey, man, I went, full circle. I sat here and traveled and transited and journeyed these different houses and mansions. And I've allowed myself to check out these different lands or signs, so to speak, so that I can be able to now, when I come for this next round, I'll be able to take all that I've gained in my endeavors and that which I've actually learned. And now I can incorporate them now after I finish this self-discipline practice, so to speak, in the sign. I'm in a self-discipline sign. However, I, look forward to be able, in this self-discipline sign, be able to relate that which is necessary, when some creative, communicative service pertaining to, the whole, actually, or even pertaining to astrology, right? So I just really see that, when it comes to some form of, I keep hearing it very strong, some astrology publication, I just really feel that, we're really going to allow ourselves, you know what, guys, this is the Farmer's Almanac. I think a lot of people are going to be looking at the Farmer's Almanac, and shout out again to one of my professional colleagues there, Chris Mitchell, for sharing the, I think it was Chris, shared the old Moor's Almanac, which kind of slipped my mind just a little. And, I just made sure, okay, got it. So guys, Farmer's Almanac, Old Moor's Almanac. Yeah, Old Moor's Almanac, right? Just check out these different things that are out there, guys. Check out what's going on. However, at the end of the day, most almanacs, 9 times out of 10, are for the region that you're near, because time never was when man was not. So normally, whatever region you're near, how the climate is normally how your almanacs are going to be designed for you and your location, so to speak. All righty. So yeah, with that being said, guys, Venus actually here sharing with Mars in the 7th house. There's just this means to really bring out the values, right? Actively. So we can really relate and bring these things forth, right? And just allow Uranus there with Saturn. Of course, Saturn's in the 6th, of course, ruling over that. So it's just this energy where Mars is in the 12th, the sign 12th to its sign where it's domicile. Saturn is in the house 12th to the 7th. All right. So I'm just really looking at this means to make sure that we're clear on how we're going to present and relate to the world. All righty. How are we really going to present and relate to the world? How are we going to take this creative communication that we love to actually do to one another and really show that what we're doing in our communication is really well balanced and really wants to bring things to the forefront and to the head that really calls for and allows unity, true communication, unity. With that, I yield the floor on that full moon. All righty. Now at 1757, I have a Luna Plutonian square. Luna. Pardon me. Luna Plutonian square. Gratitude for your patience. And next, and here is where the moon will go void, of course, making its last aspect, and it's going to go void, of course, for about, let me make sure I got this right, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Look at that, 2:35 for Brother Sean, 2:25 for me for this void, of course, moon here. All righty. So this is the last aspect that the moon is going to make before going void, of course, and it is, guys, it is squaring this Pluto here. So we have a first house, fourth house square. All right, so we have Luna and Libra in the first house. So again, home. Home relating self. And I'm giving you just the numeric code very briefly. At first, I wasn't just pointing out the numeric code, but I'm just going to say it now. And then, Libra is the ascendant. So Venus actually here in Pisces in the 6th house. So we got the 6th house Venus just bringing some beautiful service or maybe some pretty pets, right? Type energy as far as, there's some kind of pretty pet that you're allowing yourself to walk in the neighborhood. Right, see, walking and the reason walking, I thought walking or transit or movement would be Mercury, but I'm just saying like the moon is always moving, right? So it's just moon's just so it's just like, hey, are you walking your pets? And some at this time it's a possibility. However, in doing that pet walking, I just want to know actually, is there some type of park you would like to do it at? You know what I mean? If you do want to go and walk your dog, or so to speak, or have some type of fun with some animals, maybe you guys are finding yourselves going to the zodiacally named zoo. That's something that people may want to do. Someone doesn't have a pet, like, Mom, I always wanted a pet, you don't let me have a pet. Well, I have allergies, so instead of me having to deal with some quote unquote pet in the house, let's go to a zoo. So guys, if you're going to a zoo, right, or something like that, and seeing some animals held captive, some spirit beings and other bodies being held as slaves. I'm just serious. No, I'm kidding, guys. Sort of. With this being said, guys, we'll allow ourselves to really just have some form of, just some fun, and let's find our ways to be creative in how we serve one another. Because if you really want things to benefit for yourself and really have some, have this balance, just really allow yourselves, guys, to really transform the way you secure yourself. All right. And the way you structure yourself. Maybe the way you secure and structure yourself, maybe you don't have to do it as much. Maybe you can let your hair down a little and really recognize that everyone's not after you. And that really most of the people's problems on the planet is that they're passive aggressive. And most people that, maybe you don't have a psychological problem. Maybe you just haven't learned how to deal with passive aggression. And that's why mirror sessions are so amazing to have, because slowly but surely you can have these things unfold to you. So maybe you can get over the obstacle here of allowing your emotions that may seem transformative, that may seem well balanced. However, there's some structure there that allows you to see yourself in a very secure or insecure fashion, right? So now you can allow yourself to really just, fret not my pet. Maybe that's the pet portion. Don't fret my pet. Very Stephen Q. Urkel, that statement is. Just really because I'm just saying, guys, Saturn is ruling the fourth. Venus from the sixth is ruling the first. Saturn from the fifth ruling the fourth. Venus from the sixth ruling the first. All right. So we're just going to allow some, some creative altruism. Bring some creative altruism into the home. All right. Bring that creative altruism into the home so that you can be able to transform yourself and allow yourself to balance your subconscious mind and emotions. With that, I'm going to yield the floor there. And for 2 hours and 25 minutes until it enters the most greatest sign the moon can ever be in, Scorpio, right? The most greatest sign ever. No, I'm kidding.
Soul approved.
Right. What'd you say?
I said my moon and Draconic is in Scorpio, soul approved.
Yeah, so it's approved, absolutely, right? I'm a tropic lunar Scorpion. All right. So with that being said, right? Self-contained, I am. All righty. So with that being said, let's get on to that, and that's going to be 0 degrees for that one right there. And moving forward, right. So Luna here ingressing, right, in Scorpio, 0 degrees 0 minutes pertaining to Arc in the 12th house. All righty, guys, check it. All right. So Luna, again, home, Scorpio, inheritance, 12th house, spirituality, right? So we are home spiritually inheriting that, which allows us to obviously balance the self-discipline at, spirituality. Not only is self-discipline considered spirituality, but some spirituality actually, spirit from ruach, from the, Ibri ruach, breath, right? So spirituality is some state in which you're exercising breathing. So some would call it the art pertaining to breathing, right? So there you go with this artful breathing, allowing yourself to balance your subconscious mind. All righty. And this is where you can really do it. Like 12th house in Scorpio, man, you're really probably even doing it through, it's just kind of like, hey, I woke up and did tarot, astrology, and yoga all in like 20 minutes type energy, so that you can really, I'm having a deja vu, Brother Sean. So, yeah, you were sitting like that, brother Jag was sitting like that. I'm still in it. I'm actually still in it. It's very interesting. So with that being said, in moving forward, after that's the ingress, right? So, for those 2 hours between 1757 and 2022, right? That's 5:57 p.m. and 8:22 p.m. Making no major transactions, guys. Moon void, of course, can be buyer's remorse collectively in this moment. However, we need to see, and you need to check what's transiting for you. So guys, remember, schedule your AstroLiteracy sessions with 7HealStar.com, right? I know there are many other astrologers out there. I have a lot of colleagues out there, okay? I'm not knocking them. You guys go to them, that's great. But guys, however, we're on our platform. We're doing what we're doing. So at the end of the day, we're making sure we're feeding ourselves, all righty? Without, being head busters and without being throat cutters, all righty? So with that being said, let's move forward. Lunar Martian trine here, guys. Look at that. After Luna enters Scorpio, then she's going to trine Mars, which, rules Scorpio that she's in. That's beautiful there, right? I love how the astrology is like a symphony and an orchestra at the same time, right? You're going to have this symphony you're going to have an orchestra at the symphony or a symphony at either way, the symphony is happening because of the orchestra, right? So let's just say that like that. All right, so let's do 120 is the aspect that we're looking towards here, right? Lunar Martian trine here at 2254 minutes and 28 seconds, 2200 hours, 54 minutes, 28 seconds, 16th April, 2022. Still Saturn day, right? Jupiter hour, it looks like that we're here on this Saturday. Luna, 1 degrees, Scorpio, 30 minutes. Mars should be at 1 degrees, 30 minutes. Pisces, correct? Right there in the third house. 11 and 3, guys. Communication, right? And sharing. So we're definitely sharing some communication just based off of the areas collectively where it's happening. So, however, how are we doing that sharing? We're obviously doing it in an altruistic fashion where we're actually dominant. We're really dominating our communication here, and we're really making sure we're bringing forward some active value and some, relative inheritance when it really comes to, the essentials that we share, especially when it comes to our subconscious mind and things that we are seeking to inherit, especially when it comes to divinely balancing the things that we've gained from our status, because 11th house is technically second to the 10th. So Venus there, along with Saturn and Mars, under the dispositorship in the third house with Saturn, is just really letting us know we're really bringing out this beauty in an active fashion to be able to really communicate and share the things that are necessary so that the group can benefit from a collective thought that probably hasn't really been publicized. And he's going to have this kind of like, wow, you was thinking that too, so was I kind of energy. And with that, I yield the floor, guys. Let me go now to the next day here. Let's go to this solar ascendant. Conjunction here. All righty. And we're going to go in and bring in Easter, right? Easter, as it said, right? So let's hit next here. And that sunrise should be happening at about 0631 minutes, 0630 minutes, 0600 hours, 30 minutes, and 59 seconds to be exact, 27 degrees, all right? Aries, 24 minutes there, guys. All righty, as you are seeing, right? And as always, like I said, Mars is ruling this because the sun's in Aries. So Mars in the 11th house, looky, Astro Cookie. You guys are probably on that internet still. You guys know how you do with your morning. Just sitting there watching something early in the morning, whatever it is that you like to watch, where you can gain some information, right? Gain something valuable for yourself so that you can be able to find the essentials that's being shared so that you can be able to ascend, right? And get over whatever you're destined to do, making that radical change or taking that knowledge and applying it to your mind and communicating and serving yourself so that your heart can be in the right place as you're, doing this exalted ascension, so that the wounded healing that you're utilizing to expand the institution that is the loving values and the way that you relate, you'll be able to actively allow your breath descended exercise to be something that allows you to ascend further for your essential shared experience gained, obviously from some transformative standing that you have just recently taken on. A lot of people are really transforming the way that they do things and really finding the value in that transformation, as if like, man, I should have been doing this the whole time. How come I didn't think of this, 3 years ago, right? Moving forward now, I only have, these are now 1, 2, 3, 4 testimonies for Easter, right? And guys, like I said, join us Friday for an impromptu improv, guys. We may have a special guest. I will see. We want to see, have a special guest come on. And like I said, I'm going to go a little we're going to go in on Veritas. All righty, some there also, guys. All righty, so you guys probably won't see me social media-ing it up. All righty, for quite a few days. I'm going to leave that in the hands of my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Sean Alim and Brother Benjamin Bey, unless they're, getting stuff together too, as far as Veritas is concerned. But I know what it is that I intend, so I got to make sure I do my portion first before I expect anybody else to be able to, come with theirs. Even though I know my bros do what they do when they go and do their research and study. So we always got each other back, and for that, I'm very thankful for my brothers Corey Bey, Terrell Tamari Bey, Brother Sean Alim and Brother Benjamin Bey. So let me move forward in my next transit here. I have a lunar mercurial reflection here, guys. Lunar mercurial reflection. Lunar mercurial reflection, right? For the 17th April. That's interesting how all those transits, none of them are during the morning. They're all after 1800, 1900, 2100. Very, very, very interesting. So we have a lunar mercurial reflection at 13. The partile coordinates is 13 degrees, 21 minutes, reflecting Scorpio and Taurus, of course. All righty. And sitting here, right? And we're seeing that this is interesting how this is on the cusp of pertaining to the 2nd and the 8th houses. However, it is within the 2nd, It's within the 1st and the 7th houses, but it's sitting on the cusp of the 2nd and 8th. Both Luna is in the 1st, as you can see, 21 minutes is before 36 minutes there. So it's still in the 1st house, and Mercury is in the 7th. So that just lets me know that we were just really at the end of one, feeling some way about ourselves and communicating about others. All righty. So we're really at that, and we're really about to go into the values and inheriting, all righty, that which is important pertaining to our subconscious mind and the way that we think. All righty. So we're having some major self-reflections here, because the 1st house is self, 2nd house is inheritance. So, and just, pardon me, I said 8th house. 7th house is 8th house is inheritance. 7th house is relating. So self-relating, right? So that's why I'm looking at that. When we can relate 7 to self first, that's dealing with reflection and realization, right? So guys, allow your subconscious mind and your thinking to be really in harmony to a point. I'm 13 degrees, if I'm not mistaken, is in that experimental scientist area, right? Brother Terrell, Tamari Bey.
Indeed, I think, yeah, because I think it's 12 degrees is the exact.
Yeah, you're definitely spot on. It's like, yeah. 11 degrees might be it exactly.
11, 12.
Yeah.
All righty, yeah, so I'm pretty close. 13 is circulation of money and unfortunate for matrimony, right? So with that being said, I just wanted to just see, because I knew it was something with that Taurus energy. I could go and look at Scorpio, but like I said, I'm not going into detail today. I'm just doing just briefly what I see and dispositorship, all righty? Numeric code and dispositorship. That's all I'm kind of giving you guys right now, because that's effective too. A lot of you guys can still relate to that. And that's usually what we do here at 7HealStar.com in our community service, 3 days out of every 7-day cycle. All right. So in continuing, guys, I just say that we're just really allowing our subconscious mind and the way that we think to really allow that time to reflect on that and do some real self-relating, self-reflection, self-love, guys. Really allow yourself to really take things to heart and finding that fortune in that fated relationship with self. You want to talk about a fated relationship? How about your draconic, tropic, and sidereal astrology getting done? All righty, guys. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Mirror sessions with us are awesome. So not only do you get a tropic, usually most people are introduced to our tropic mirror sessions, but we also give, after the tropic, we give your draconic and sidereal also, provided that's what you go for, and each of them are transacted for the same. They are not bundled. All righty, mirror sessions, as you guys know, you get 3 hours with either myself, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, or Corey Bey for now. For 3 hours, 153 units in lieu of lawful money for the eleemosynary tuition for your AstroLiteracy session. All righty, 153 units in lieu of lawful money, unless you have 153 silver dimes pre-1965. All righty, so with that being said, real silver dimes. All righty, so in moving forward and continuing, let's see. Pardon me, that was the Oracle. I was reading the Oracle's text. Pardon me. Moving forward now, guys, we have the lunar. Looks like a lunar Venusian trine, guys. Lunar Venusian trine. Two seconds. I knew that wasn't right. Pardon me. Did I hit the button one too many times? I think I did. So pardon me, y'all. I hit that fine time of aspect twice instead of once. We're back here at the 17th April 2022 for Sunday at 1800 hours, 50 minutes, and 25 seconds. 13 degrees, Scorpio, 26 minutes is the moon. And actually, it is still in the first house there, right? Yeah, because it's actually going to be rising, wouldn't it? Moon's rising, right? And the houses would actually be going that way as far as increasing, because the houses change a degree, 1 degree every 4 minutes, whereas the moon changes a degree every 1 degree. You moves 1 degree every 1 hour, 53 minutes and 24 seconds. Right? That's about right, right? Yeah, I think I got that right. Because it should be a remainder of 6 minutes and 6 minutes and 36 seconds, shy of 2 hours, the moon moving 1 degree. All right, so anyway, moving right along. Again, we still dealing with first house and now fifth house, guys. Looky, Astro Cookie. This is an amazing trine. Very what's the word? Very fiery, like this trine by house, almost, just as far as the natural zodiac is concerned, sort of. So to speak. However, let's really just go into this. Alrighty. So Luna is definitely inheriting something for self. So there's this, self-subconscious inheritance. And really, with Luna still in the first house there, Venus is actually ruling over or dispositing for the energies for Luna. So how is Luna allowing itself to really, just have this self-occult experience, or things that may appear to be hidden within inside self? How is Luna really able to see the balance with inside self that Luna is creatively bringing from the spiritual exercises with Venus being exalted there? So Venus's position, alrighty, in Pisces at this moment when dispositing for the collective subconscious mind, alrighty, within a sign where it says, oh, well, the moon is, it's exalted in Taurus, so it's debilitated all. It's so debilitated, it's in detriment, right? In Scorpio, however, from my experience, really depends on the overall figure, the overall quote unquote chart, so to speak. So it just really lets me know that Venus is really just allowing itself to really bring its exalted beauty in a creative fashion to allow the collective, because the moon is the people. So the people here at this time, alrighty, at 1800 hours, 50 minutes, 25 seconds, according to the Eastern time here for April 17th, April 2022, this Sunday, guys. Alrighty, the people are going to allow themselves to really be creative and bringing out some things, guys. I mean, people are going to be stepping out. You know how usually people say, oh yeah, Easter, got on my Easter clothes. Today's going to be a little different. All right. I have a feeling that, this is going to be one of those days where people are going to kind of be a little different in how they allow their fashion, so to speak, be for this quote unquote Easter. I think there's going to be some pretty different things happening. You guys may have Easter egg hunts and things of that nature, but I got a feeling people are going to be dressed a certain way. I think when it comes to people's shoes and or so-called outfits, even headwear, I think people are really going to be in a quote unquote festive mood, but they're going to be expressing it subtly, how it's going to be well pronounced in their fashion. It's not like somebody's going to be wearing like a shirt that says Easter on it, but you may see somebody with like some pastel colored Air Force Ones with a pastel colored horse in a polo shirt type energy. That's kind of where I'm going with that. I think that's going to be across the board. All righty. So that's where I'm going, because I'm just looking at that self and creativity areas. Just really speaks to fashion, especially with Venus exalted in Pisces in the fifth house and the moon there in Scorpio. Who doesn't want to bring out their secret, fashion sense of polka dots and stripes that are green and pink? Just kind of want to just put that out there. All righty. So let's just move forward, guys. We have a lunar Uranian reflection. Lunar Uranian reflection. All righty. Lunar Uranian reflection here, guys. I don't invoke war energy, so I'm not going to say opposition. All righty. Do as much as speak in denotative linguistics as much as possible. I am my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased. And thank you for your patience. We're getting here. This is next to the last testimony for me until I give my final testimonies for the 5 that I'll give on Wednesday. Right. Here we go. Moving forward, let me hit that next button here. 1348, it should be taking place, correct? 1348 moon still in the first. All righty. Lunar 1348 in the seventh. So guys, we've been looking at 1 and 7, then 1 and 5, and back to 1 and 7. I got a feeling too that a lot of people, what's this? This is still the Aries. All righty. So with that being said, a lot of Sagittariuses. I feel there's going to be quite a few people conceiving this Sunday. Quite a few people conceiving. And if not this Sunday, a lot of conception is happening Friday and Saturday. A lot of conception is happening Friday and Saturday. I'm not promoting people to be out there, somebody rocking, knocking the boots. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you want some sweet love. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm actually saying is that the way that this looks collectively from where I am here near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, and just looking even forward to it even more, it just really just speaks to me, guys, that, you know, you're really allowing yourselves, guys, to really just be at home. All righty. There's just this 4 and 5 makes 9. And Mars is ruling the 7th, you know, how you guys are going to relate from the 4th, and Venus is ruling the 1st from the 5th. So the secret of the number 9 is just clearly here, and Jupiter's ruling over an exalted Venus in the 5th, while Saturn's ruling over, you know, Mars in the 4th. All righty, so we're really allowing ourselves to set up a security in a way, guys, that I kind of feel like you guys are like, allowing yourselves to, when you're doing this relating here, I really feel like that people are really bringing like the foreign places that they may love to go. Like if you guys, instead of going to the so-called Bahamas, quote unquote, you guys are bringing a lot of that Bahama treatment home. All right. And you're kind of like transforming your home into this tropical scene. So that it just allows you guys to have some kind of role-playing situation where the change of environment allows the mind to be able to allow self to really go inside, to be able to relate creatively, right, with our loved one, with our life partner, our mate, and really allow ourselves to really radicalize the thoughts that, you know, that we may have thought not have been so fortunate that we had in our heart, but now we're allowing ourselves to go, hold on, no, man, like I really think that if I just really take this chance and kind of do this radical thing, it will really lead, you know, probably to the future of a much better outcome in the values of the relationship. And this could not only be on a one-on-one level, this could be on the level of like groups or different so-called cultures of people or whatever, which is very interesting that I'm even saying that because Mercury in the 7th is ruling the 9th. All righty. And the 9th is 3rd from the 7th. So we're definitely being able to communicate these things, which will allow us to relate. So we'll be able to take ourselves and relate these things that are deep down in our subconscious mind that we're able to balance right now, actually, and be creative in how we're bringing this to the forefront, which is allowing an exalted conversation to happen. This is peace treaty type energy. If I can say so, you know, most people say, what do you mean peace treaty? How dare you say that? Moon's in Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio, it's not really that bad, guys. it really isn't. And where it is in Scorpio, sidereally, it's technically in Libra. Right? And then Venus would be in sidereal Aquarius. Right? So now Libra and Aquarius being there, now we're allowing ourselves to contract collectively in harmony. Do we see that? That's why I said it's kind of peace treaty type information. It's just that people need to know how people think at this moment. All that Godfather, don't let anyone outside the family know what you think. The whole planet's family. How about that? One mother's breast have given us suck. All righty, moving right along. I have a Mercurial Venusian sextile. This is my last transit. I need some water. Goodness gracious. Make sure my lips ain't too dry. Mercurial Venusian sextile here. Mercurial Venusian sextile. All righty, there we go. And I'm hitting the next button one time. right? And should still have us at 2100 hours, 8 minutes, 53 seconds for the 17th April 2022 on Sunday, right? All righty, so where is Mercury? Mercury clearly is right here in the 6th house, 13 degrees, Taurus, 32 minutes in the 6th house, right? So there's that accidental dignity, right? So Mercury bringing its communicating service, something valuable, right, to this communicating service, right? So value in that communicative service, all right? So maybe someone's getting a new cell phone, right? I see that right there. All that says new cell phone energy. Hey, I got my new cell phone, or and since I got this new cell phone that, I got around the corner from my house, I didn't even know that the place around the corner from my house, would really be able to help me with my cell phone, right? And then Mercury is dealing with, Venus at this moment, sextile also, right? So it's very interesting too. Saturn right here. Right, man, look, Saturn's here, ruling over the electronics. Let's remember the ancient ruler for electronics then, with, Uranus being the contemporary co-ruler, is Saturn, all right? So this right here just lets me know, guys, that there's just this opportunity to grow here. So someone, if you're out there and you got a new cell phone on that day, and you didn't know you was going to get one, but you did get one, or something happened, or it happened just the day before or the day after, guys, let us know. If you catch this, you catch wind of this, your ears catch this with your eyes, see this, and you're observing this presentation, leave a comment there like, yo, I just got my phone, that's bananas, or yeah, or I did get this new computer or a new tablet of some sort. However, that's just at a quick glance, guys. This is kind of what I'm looking at, just seeing you're really at home. 4th house is just old time security. 4th house is mom and dad. 4th house, actually, 4th house is it's so funny. It's 10th to the 7th. So it's the status of the relationship. The relationship's status, right? And Venus is ruling over that. All right. So Venus is in an exalted position for the status for the relationship, and allowing us to really meet our destiny, and allow the standing in a relationship to really supersede probably strongly, midpointing obviously between that and the fascination and denial in the relationship. So let's allow ourselves, guys, to get rid of the illusion and breathe, and allow us to really find this altruistic essential when it comes to securing ourselves and actively instituting that which allows our heart to find the fortune in communicating this electronic or electrifying service that we seek to actually utilize to allow ourselves to have some type of form of growth and or opportunity between not only our home, but actually our everyday work. All right, 6th house. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, because he now has a barrage of transits also right behind my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that I just did. Brother Terrell is about to go in on his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 8 or 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 testimonies for Moon Day, the 18th. All right, 2022. And I yield the floor to you, my beloved brother, in whom I am well pleased, Islam.
Alrighty. Islam. So we're going to the 18th of April, 1442, or 2022 for you, so to speak. Sunrise is 0629 minutes and 34 seconds to be exact, right? So yeah, get active, start your day with the peaceful music and a structured routine. Yes. We're gonna move on to the first aspect. I think it's actually before sunrise, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. Mercury conjuncts Uranus. Oh yeah. It's 51 minutes after midnight. And it's happening in the 4th house. All right, Mercury and Uranus. Uranus is in the 4th. Yeah, so this is a very sporadic and creative moment. You can be realizing, you can be coming to terms with something that you want to invent or create, or there can be some literary arts or some literature that you may be working on, that you may be producing, or you may be close to finishing, so to speak, and you are looking to edit it around this time, or get some criticism on that work, that literary work. Or again, you could just be inventing something or changing the home around you in the whole totality, so to speak. There's something going on within the home, or something that's changed within the home that's bringing an awareness to have to be more creative or inventive, so to speak. So you have to find ways to be resourceful, and get the resources that you need, so to speak, and not want. So there's a clarity here with our finances. We're taking into consideration how we utilize our finances, if we're being frivolous or not. If we are, this is not the best moment. If we aren't, we could be, we're basically close to finishing what we have formulated, right? So our mind is being nourished, and our genius and inventive energies are being unified. So, just basically trust the intuition. We could be getting some very interesting text messages, or just read something that pretty much inspires you to, again, complete whatever it is that you've been working on. So be open to that. And really look to really nourish yourself in a more, uplifting fashion, so to speak. Releasing more so of the sensual things, or combining the sensual things with your intellectual desires, so to speak. Unify those things, don't separate them. That's pretty much what's happening here. Yeah, we can move on to Venus and Uranus. So Venus is going to sextile Uranus. Venus is in Pisces. Uranus is in Taurus. 13 degrees, 49 minutes. Venus is in the first. Uranus is in the third. All right. It's interesting. This is happening at 314 minutes. Yeah, this is very cool. So the dreams around this time could be or for this day, the dreams that you have prior to when you rise can be very impactful. You should definitely probably write them down, or record them with the tape recorder, maybe, just to have your voice recording said dream, to bring it down to the physical, so to speak. This is definitely a good time to read your favorite book if you're up around this time. Definitely getting into the astrological studies, maybe. Being really hands-on, though, very crafty. Maybe doing arts and craft in some way. You could just be drawing geometrical shapes and just getting familiar with, that just connects those neurons in your brain, and it just sparks. It sparks something when you do certain activities. So whatever it is around this time, specifically with inventing something with the hands, or getting familiar, or connecting back with something you're familiar with, it'll bring that it'll be that light bulb moment, so to speak. With Uranus in the third, and Venus in the first. So that's really funny, because I said the sensual desires, and that would be Venus, and then Uranus would be your inventiveness, or your originality, or something very sporadic or different. So there could be this opportunity to just really change what how those things are, and how they make you feel, how you really are motivated by certain things that you're feeding yourself or telling yourself, so to speak, or other things that may be being communicated by close relatives and things of that sort, or like-minded individuals, however you like to look at that. But yeah, this is the time to really transform how you really, let's say, let people put their energy on you, and then how you deal with that at the same time. So when someone criticizes you, instead of you throwing a fit, you just take it for what it is, so to speak, so you can be more prudent in your decisions and not so frivolous.
There's a bit of mutual dispositorship by house cusp too. I just recognize as you're saying that. I'm like, whoa, that was amazing. But normally we don't say that in astrology, right? We don't say mutual by house, like mutual dispositorship, because Taurus, Venus is ruling, right? The third house, Uranus, co-ruling the first with Saturn. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. So your testimony is so spot on. It just made me look at that. That's what I'm saying. All right, I yield, bro. Go ahead.
Islam. Yeah. So just really. If you're someone who always puts the other person first, really put yourself first. Always consider yourself just as much as you're considering the other. And if you're not someone who's always putting someone first, you should probably think about that a little bit more. Find the balance in it. It's a balance with everything, just period. Right? We can move on. I don't know. Let me see. I mean, I look.
It's a solar Plutonian quartile.
Got you. Okay, so the sun is going to square Pluto. Look at that. The sun's in the 10th. Sidious is on the Ascendant. Okay, yeah, so the sun's in the 10th and Pluto is in the 7th, right? Ooh, excuse me. This is happening exactly at 11:13 and 56 seconds, to be exact. Ooh, excuse me. So sun in Aries, 28 degrees, 34 minutes. Pluto in Capricorn, 28 degrees, 34 minutes. Right. Yeah, so there's some changes and rearrangements going around in the workplace, so to speak. And within the status of one's individuality or vitality, there's something that could be hindering or that needs to be released, so to speak. So you can or so we can give ourselves more life, so to speak, because Pluto squaring the sun would be the vitality, right? And Pluto would be something that's looking to transform. So there's something that just needs to transform so we can continue to be vitalized and expand ourselves, or live, so to speak. Getting our breathing intact, so to speak, realizing the beauty in breathing, because that's life itself. You're not breathing, you're not living. So we could be actualizing or getting more serious and like doing our breathing exercises in tough situations or stressful situations, so to speak. However, this Pluto in the 7th, there's definitely some rearrangements going on in the home and within the whole group and relative situation. So like close friends, family members, could be a lot of disputes going on within the family. That's very, surprising and a little bit unsettling. However, it's, it is what it is, because spirit is just what it is. People who are who they are based on, who they want to be. Right. So, you can really see that clearly in this moment here with this sun, because the sun is at its highest point in a sense. It's getting there. It's doing it. It's moving. It's in the 10th, so it's there. So it's shining its light on every part that needs to be seen, so to speak. So now it's up to us to really, pay attention, right? So there's things that we need to release, right? To, again, keep our vitality, going upward, going north and not south, so to speak, right? Going east rather than west. Yeah. Yeah, so just really pay attention to what needs to be released and transform within yourself and then within the group or whoever you're relating with, so to speak. And specifically at work, though. This is a work thing too, with that Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn. It's like something's ending here. You might need to find a new job, or you might be quitting your quote unquote job. Yeah. You have to be self-efficient. Yes. Yeah, so we can move on to the moon. It's gonna square Saturn, right? So moon, it's my first moon aspect. It's funny. Lunar is gonna square Saturn, right? Moon is in Scorpio. Uh-oh. We went to the future.
I went too far in the future again.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We do that anyway, right?
No, let's see. I hit the button twice. We should be good now.
Yes. All right, so the moon is in the 5th and Saturn is in the 8th. Huh. Yeah. Cancer on the ascendant. 23. Yeah, so there can be some disputes this is that family dispute thing here, so to speak, legacy, some debates pertaining to legacies, could be the someone seeing the beauty and having a trust, so to speak, but then there's this elderly figure that can be, not so open to that, or that can be reversed. Like the elder could have the trust set up for the child, but the child's like, I don't want that responsibility or something. But we all we all really have to come to terms with handling something or controlling something, so to speak. And that's always going to be ourselves first. However, externally, certain things needs to be managed. So that's the word, managed. Certain things need to be managed. So to manage your own account, to manage yourself, those things are important. So there can be a structure that has that, or that can lay out that foundation for you. So there's a foundation that's laid out for you that gives you the structure that you need. All you have to do is just follow the guidelines or the blueprint of this structure. It's so simple. However, you could be, feeling as if things aren't going your way or whatever. I don't know. It's just really best to, not let your emotions control you and to submit to your intuition and knowing what's best for you. Because in all cases, you're going to have discipline, and everything is not glitters and rainbows. The sun does not shine every day, so to speak. It really does. However, the clouds, does what the clouds do, right? So, just really always keep your light shining, so to speak. Don't let your emotions and certain quote unquote mental limitations, because it's all a self-limited thing. Really, it's not really ever an external boundary that's there for a reason for you to think. So once you start thinking, there's a lot of things that can start changing in your life, so to speak. Right? Yes. We're going to move on to the moon trining Neptune.
Breathe, stretch. Read,
yes.
Uplift yourself. Breathe, stretch, read, transform.
Islam. Oh, excuse me.
Hold on. Pardon me.
Oh, we went back to the future. Look at that.
Yeah, I've got to hit next. Pardon me. I've got to hit next. There we go. 1200, right? 39, 37.
C.
Astro time skippers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, time travelers, time travel. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it doesn't. I wonder. That's like, it could be so trippy though. Like seriously, yeah. But anyway. The moon in the fourth. Moon's at home. So we're at home here. Or not. But the moon is trining Neptune. Neptune is in the ninth house. Yeah. All right. Neptune's in the ninth. And the moon's in the fourth. Yeah, this is cool. All right. It's like great lunch date time. Like this would be a great time to just go on a lunch date with mother, maybe. Or your close relative, grandmother, maybe. Or the whole group, whatever, maybe the whole maybe we're going on a trip to some, I don't know, to some zoo or something. I'm really, really thinking the what's it called? Goodness gracious.
What were you thinking on? Could you describe it?
Damn it, what is it called, man? It's like I'm having a brain fart.
Well, you did speak about lunch with mother. You did speak on that.
Yeah. I'm thinking about the what is it called? Oh, I gotta let it go. Okay. So some sort of like university. It's not a zoo. I said that, but that's not.
Brother Benjamin said the fair.
What did he say?
The fair.
The fair. It's similar to that.
Fair.
It's something that
is carnival.
Carnival. That's fair. Not bad either. That's not bad either. But it's I'm thinking I'm thinking astrology. What is it called? What is that called, yo? When you can go to the they sit down. Yes, goodness gracious, why couldn't I think of the word?
An observatory. Oh, okay.
Observatory. Oh my god.
Okay.
Brother Jack, get out of my laboratory. I'm just playing.
Y'all are hilarious. No, Didi, I don't want to see your stupid dance. No, I'm kidding. I was just adding to the Dexter Laboratory references being made here. Hey, Dexter, want to see my new dance? I yield.
Yes, the observatory or a laboratory. Yes, that's great. Just something very scientific. But yeah, Brother Benjamin did it though. When you said a fair, it was like, okay, I'm getting close. That's it. Yeah, but yes, like going to an observatory, going somewhere very childlike. You've been to this place before as a child. However, going now as an adult, it's going to be like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. I had that experience when I went to the observatory last cycle for my solar return. Actually, it was quite amazing. But yeah, just really connecting to your childhood, right? And unlocking the things that you inheritedly know and that's inside of you. However, there's some things you need to see externally that basically clarifies it, so to speak. You'll see it from some, it could be a book, but then again, like I said, it could be at this observatory when this teacher is explaining how the earth is rotating around the sun, and it could just be that moment like, oh my God, or that chemist is explaining how the cells work in the body, something along those lines, and it's just that moment like, oh my goodness. And then you can pretty much communicate this intuitive impulse you've had since a child, so to speak. It'll just be that flash moment, like, whoa.
There's a moment of clarity for expression, you're saying, bro? I received that. Thank you. I'll receive that, bro. All right, I yell.
Yeah. Islam. It's like that moment when you said you hated chemistry, but at this moment you realize that you just fell in love with it.
Got you.
Yeah. Islam. We can move on to the next aspect. If I have one, I don't even know.
It's a lunar Jupiterian shrine.
Okay, yeah. Let me get Luna and Jupiter going. So yeah, Luna's still doing her thing in the 4th, and Jupiter's in the 8th. This is at 1436, right? 21 seconds to be exact. Yeah, so this is this would just been this was that time, yeah. This is really a good time to just do something different. Really like get yourself out of your comfort zone. But yeah, just do something, go somewhere locally. Go somewhere locally that you've never been. You go somewhere locally you've never been. And it'll bring about some, you'll have some pretty great unvelations, because it's like you'll realize where you're actually located. What's happening, man? I'm missing it, y'all.
Brother Sean said, "Stop hating like man dark."
Oh my goodness, what is happening?
Brother Benjamin got me started.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, yo?
That's hilarious.
It was Brother Corey the other day. Now Brother Benjamin is on his. Yeah, Brother Benjamin has been on fire all day, y'all. I'm telling you.
That's like, Brother Benjamin Smooth Bay.
The things he was saying earlier had me crying. I was literally crying. I'm not just saying
it. Said Jesus wept.
Hilarious. Yeah, so just get back to your childhood in some way, or it's happening though. Just submit to it, so to speak, and be open to those things that were quote unquote occult or hidden. It's gonna start making sense on why it was quote unquote quoted as occult or hidden. But specifically, Brother Hasan used to always say, it's only a secret because you're not interested.
Correct.
So that's going to be a change. There's this change in what you're interested in, so to speak. You're looking to really get to the next level of your life instead of being, an idiot, respectfully, which denotes, not knowing who you are, not knowing your nationality or your creed or your bloodline,
Correct.
Specifically speaking. Islam. And we can move on to Moon and Pluto.
Sextile.
Alrighty. Moon sextiles Pluto. Oh yeah, this is great. This is some dope energy for Moon Day, yo. Especially off that full moon. Wow. Yo. Yeah, this is great. All right, so 1954. The moon is in the first. It's hugging that second house cusp, boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Pluto is in the third. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Yeah, this was a very productive day for like change within the home environment. Within one's this was very great for one's like inner development, or how one is really nourishing themselves with the moon in Scorpio. The moon nourishment in Scorpio is like things that we inheritedly know. So it's like now, how are we nourishing these things, so to speak? Like, how are we nourishing our garden? How often are we watering it? You know, removing the weeds or removing the energies in that garden that doesn't belong there, so to speak, right? And then Pluto in the third house is like, you know, this nourishment or these things that we've inherited, and our ability to communicate it to people that's very, you know, close to us and dear to our heart. It can really help them realize how beautiful they are as well, you know, because if you're nourishing yourself properly, of course you can, you know, nurture and nourish anyone, you know, closest to you, you know, naturally. You don't have to try. You just, because you do it for yourself. So when anyone is within your bounds, you know, you'll be what you need. What's that? So this is that time or that ability to really communicate what needs to change, so to speak, with Scorpio, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars and contemporarily Pluto, right? So that's the change aspect, you know, and Mars will have the courage to do it. Pluto, we're having we're forced to make the change. That's Drew Ali energy, right? So now, you know, we see how it's best for us, though. It's not really just fixed on the fact that it's my way or no way type thing. It's really just it's coming sincerely from your heart, because you know who you are, you know, and you're really you're uncovering this treasure, you know, for yourself and for the humanity at large. So now it's really just that time to really get comfortable with expressing it, or, you know, knowing it and being it. You can only be what you know, right? So, you know, this is really just there. It's really powerful. Well, forceful. It's not an illusion. It's there. Yes. So, you know, just submit to, you know, the what needs to be, again, transformed within yourself and within the, you know, the bounds of your local community or group or friends, so to speak. And that I will yield. Oh no, that's the moon's last aspect. Yes. Yes.
Correct.
2 hours. What we got? 2 hours and 21, I think. That's from 1954 to what? To 1016.
221. You were right, bro. You were spot on. You were right. Spot on.
Yep. Yeah. So 2 hours and 21. You know, don't spend your finances. You know, be mindful. And this is that'll be at 1954. That's 7, you know, so to speak, PM, right? So yeah, just be mindful. You might want to get your food or your quote unquote dinner around like 4 or 5-ish. You know, I wouldn't really say get some food around this time. However, I break the rules sometime myself.
Yeah, it depends on your chart. Sometimes avoid a course may be avoid a course for the collective, but it may be like,
right,
you need to do your personal, you know, resource collecting or spending finances, as they say. However, I yield.
Find out how it works for you. But yes, Moon and Sag, you know, just really get comfortable with being who you are. You know, connect to your cultural roots. Where do you come from? What is your nationality? What is your nationality? That's Moon and Sagittarius. Who are you? Where do you come from? What's your geographical background? Show it to me on the map.
Black, y'all. Definitely not.
Show it to me on the map, please. You're muted, bro. You muted, bro.
I'm just seeing this Royal Rumble gif in our chat on Instagram.
Yeah,
it is. That y'all are hilarious, yo.
Y'all
is. Y'all need to know. I haven't seen a Royal Rumble since I was little, bro. That's hilarious. Yo. All right, I don't even mention no more. I just laughed at that. I'm gonna let it go. I'm ready to post to Instagram. You know, I saw me and Brother Sean was recording while you going in, Brother Jay. I yield the floor there. Let me get to the next testimony for Brother Sean. Next day. Y'all hilarious, man. All right, so got a solar ascendant conjunction here, termed sunrise. All righty, we have the next button there, and we should be going into the 19th there. All righty, and I yield the floor to our beloved brother, whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Alim. Islam.
All righty. We are here on the Tuesday, if I'm correct, in Moorish Latin, Mercurial, or a Mars Day, however you would like to look at that, right?
Well, that would be, let's see, Martes.
Wednesday. Mercurial is Wednesday, indeed.
Correctamundo.
All righty, so sunrise, the sun.
Pardon me. There you go.
All right. We've got Sol, finishing up his last rounds in this Aries energy, right? Well, tropically, it's really it's just getting started. Just getting started. Feedback. All right. So, right. So, just, kind of wrap up whatever projects, energy, reflect on how this Aries season has been thus far. And then we'll get into my first aspect.
Indeed. I just wanted to point out where the sun was real quick.
Yes, indeed. Prophet of a new order. Sunrise.
And just actually, what's that? 4 minutes off from where Merak used to be. Merak is in Andromeda, right? Merak, the Beta Andromeda, which is the second brightest star in Andromeda, which would put it about maybe 1 degree, 27 minutes later. So it's at about 0 degrees, maybe 43 minutes, 44 minutes, maybe now.
As
far as
30, 40 something.
In Taurus now, right? It's in Taurus. It would look like from our perspective here. However, 29 degrees, prophet of new order. Wanted to make sure we pay attention to that. I'm having a sun conjunct my 11th house. Slide that on in there. All right. I yield. So we have a Martian, lunar Martian quartile, brother. I yield the floor to you.
Indeed. All right.
Now, hold on. Let me make sure I got the right time. Hold on. It's previous. Give me one moment.
Back, forth.
I know.
Literally.
I know, right?
Literally.
All right.
We should probably get that on our queue.
That's how we're gonna go out.
Is that the song? That the song I should use for TikTok right now? Should I do that? I'm getting my eye astrologer on live on purpose. Since I'm watching. I figured I'd be eye astrologer all the way up to October. Let me stop, because I will be eye astrologer, you know what I mean? Always because that's who we are, man. Just because I'm saying we know the I is 7HealStar collectively, guys. You know what I mean? It may be one of me. However, we're all making sure we're quote unquote benefiting. With that being said, but yeah, we're eye astrologer. This is what makes us the most promising astrologers this year and every year afterwards, respectfully. All right. So I yield the floor to you, Brother Sean Islam.
All righty. So we have Lunar, right? Making a partile or square, a growth opportunity aspect. And Luna's at 3 degrees, 10 minutes Sagittarius in the 9th. And then we've got Mars at 3 degrees, 10 minutes Pisces in the 1st house. So this is subconscious fire meets universal ambition currents, right? And just to get right on, to get down with the get down, this is an opportunity to grow when it comes to our motherly side and the creative masculine fire within us all. Traveling home for some, or traveling away to see family members for some, buying new jewelry or crystals for others. Let's see here. Learning ethics and accounting to better manage self and shared finances. Not letting one's limiting beliefs or projections of others cause attitudes of anger, but taking this, energy to square up or, just level and plumb out one's own self and identity and their attitude by reasoning and not emotions. Harmonic knowledge of self, finding out ancestry, or meeting family that one hasn't met before. And accountability takes away stressful energy and discords. And then that is now turned into love and understanding. All right, and I will yield for Lunar Partile Square Mars, subconscious fire meets universal ambition currents. And it gets into, I only got two.
Pardon me, they don't have a Leah like we wanted on TikTok there, guys. It's just not the one I was looking for. All right, anyway. All right, we're going into your next one, correct?
Yes, it'll be my final one, another ingress. Like I said, man, this week I'm just Mr. Ingress.
It's hilarious, man.
All right, so we have now Sol, the sun, moving into Taurus, right? All right, so this is here, material possession and value consciousness. After 30 days of transiting the initiator, spring energy of Aries, the sun now moves into Taurus or Taurus. So for the next 30 days, it's a possibility that the people or public will be looking for value in their current possessions and when they spend finance. So, getting that bang for the buck, getting what you deserve and, not getting less, right? So get more, come to Moors to get more. New creative learning opportunities for the children, and also daily routines to bring stability to the home. New artistic or creative venues could be seen in the spotlight, maybe some new music from some, or, new paintings, or, any of those in the artistic creative realm, right? And let's see, all these artistic venues now gets expanded when applied to the home, mothers and children worldwide. Literature for the mother and children would be great to, uplift the values during this time. And there is an ambition to uplift the domestic home and those outside of one's own domicile. And finally, grounding and taking care of income, finding new hustles, and talks of offspring or adopting children. The Seed of Truth planet globally ushers in universal truth and wisdom for all without dogmatic or lower nature influences. And I will yield for that for soul ingressing Taurus, material possession and value consciousness. So, just getting yourself together. And now once you get yourself and your values together, now you can merge that with other people's money, your partner's money, or, just learning values and accounting to be able to know how the game goes, right? So now you got your base with how you value. Now you take it to that 8th house axis, that Scorpio axis, and now you let the light be shed on the mysteries to things. So, I yield. And that was for Soul Ingress Taurus, my last one. And I'm just gonna cross over, no look pass back to my bro.
Somebody's conceiving a Capricorn on this moment here. Yes.
Hilarious.
Twins.
So we need to close out, right? So let me do these next 5. I'm gonna do them quickly, and I promise we're gonna do these fast, man, because I just was showing just different things with the whole, Lazarus Saturday termed Passover and Easter Sunday. All righty, so let's get this going, right? So I have a sunrise, right? Let's see, for the 20th, 0600 hours, right? 26 minutes, that is correct. And 45 seconds, we're at 0 degrees Taurus, 20 minutes pertaining to arc, right? There, and of course, now we're looking to Venus to rule the sunrise now, right? Venus is exalted. Hey, you exalted Venus, right? Look at you being all exalted in the 12th house, however, right? Where it's kind of interesting because Venus has accidental dignity in 12th, along with its actual dignity being exalted in Pisces. So this is a very grand rising here with everyone chilling. They're in the 12th house in Pisces, and they're all having a singular exalted dual dominant kind of time there. However, there's Chiron.
It's a big old party.
Right? However, Chiron's the professor speaking about the wounded healing that needs to happen in this expansive institution where there's this exalted value being relayed, right? So you guys are going to ascend this day, probably, roll your neck for a bit, put your hand on the back of your neck as you wake up. Why? Because, the neck is ruled by Taurus, I just want to put that there. And where's Mercury? Because I talk about your hand being there. Look at that, 17 degrees. All right. So yeah, I can see you taking yourself to be able to stretch, because a radical change of the conditions of your body from laying down could be very Uranian when you stretch, because you're suddenly changing it from the compact version of your skeletal makeup there to now stretching it so that the bones and muscles can, just kind of get a little space there, right? So that's what you find yourself doing on this sunrise, so to speak, just to put it out there collectively. I know it's not going to happen for everyone the same way. Some people might actually be on the clock somewhere, in the middle of their shift during this time. All right. So that could be that also. I'm just giving you guys some general tendencies here with some dispositorship qualities. All righty. Just to say that there's just this exalted means of you guys just getting up, just going to feel like ready to go and take on the world here. Any finances you guys come across, make sure you just stack it. Bring your finances stack. And if you're really observing Ramadan and you're observing it like I'm observing it, you're learning a lot about food and finances right now. I mean, a lot, to the point where you can almost have a sense of how you're going to be a super gajillionaire, possibly that type energy. Or if not, you'll have, instead of a gajillionaire, you'll have unlimited access to resources. I received that. All right. So with that being said, in continuing Islam, in continuing, let me go to my first out of my 5 testimonies. I have a lunar.
Bringing real astrology back. Yep. These secret societies don't know how to act. Yep.
Hey, Sean.
That'll be the prophet. Come here, girl. Let me uplift you. Come here, girl. This knowledge. Yeah, bros.
Hey, yo, you are hilarious, bro. All right, so right before the sunrise at 33 minutes after midnight, we have a lunar Venusian quartile happening, right? So let me make sure I hit this previous button and hit that one time, right? Like the Fuji's at 100 hours, 32 minutes, and 50 seconds thereafter for the 20th April 2022 on Odin's Day, Woden's Day. That's 7 days after today, right? This degree that we're here now. And we have Luna here at 15 degrees, Sagittarius, 15 minutes in the 12th house. So Luna is definitely, having this quote unquote home higher learning spiritual energy, while it's definitely getting over an obstacle, some type of obstacle or challenges to get over when it comes to Venus right here in the second house, however, with not only is she exalted in Pisces, but she has accidental dignity in the second too, guys. All righty. And Jupiter, right, is actually ruling over the third, while Saturn is still ruling over the second. So Jupiter is also from the third ruling over the 12th. So Jupiter is ruling not only a sign in a house that is comfortable with ruling with when it comes to the moon. I will find everybody's subconscious mind. You guys may be feeling like your plans, maybe at that time, maybe at this portion pertaining to the night, don't allow yourself to get upset if you get kicked. You decided to let, your little loved one fall asleep with you in the bed. Now, don't get annoyed by the foot in your side. Just be able to try to either take them to their room or turn them around comfortably. They're just trying to feel your body heat anyway, right? And with that being said, that just goes to show that Jupiter is ruling over some form of communication, so to speak, right? And it's funny because I'm about to actually utilize, I think, for the video that I took for us today, I'm used Heat by Caliph Society. I figured I'll use that one. So shout out to Caliph Society for the music they're providing. And also shout out to Grand Sheik Kudu, right? Grand Sheik of Canaan Land, supporting Temple number 5 out there for willofthelaw.com. You can get his music also. And I'm just so happy to just say, even on this note, dealing with this transit here, guys, and I know it's a 3rd house, 12th house kind of transit. However, this just showing me that even me saying that in this moment, it just goes to show, guys, we're really going to allow ourselves to really compartmentalize our emotions and really do what we can do for the people collectively across the world so that we can be able to find the pleasures that we need. 12th house, remember, is the pleasures of the relationship. So when we go and do that, we'll be allowing ourselves to discipline ourselves, because in order for us to collectively come forward to get along, we will see that we will need the erudition necessary to handle these foreign affairs so that we can be able to dispose of some things that we're going to communicate and think of, which will allow us to bring forth the values, alrighty, necessary to overcome the obstacles in a lack of seemingly a world or collective or community discipline, so to speak. So this is where, you being who you really are is going to count for the collective. Really bring your values to the table, because when it's a potluck of uplifting fallen humanity going on here. All right. So for me, I'm quote unquote vegan. So bring your vegan delectables so that there can be a smorgasbord of enjoyment pertaining to correcting our immediate communities. Moving forward, lunar Saturnian sextile after that lunar Venusian quartile. And that is actually taking place, if I'm not mistaken, just about, less than an hour later. Pardon me, not less than an hour later, actually more than an hour later. It's actually going into almost over, it's less than 12, pardon me, if I wanted to. Let me make sure I got that right. Hold on. Less than 13 hours later is what I actually meant to say. Pardon me. Less than 13 hours later. All right. So we have here at 1300 hours, 18 minutes and 14 seconds later, you have at the 20th of April, 2022, Wednesday. We are still here. We're looking at Luna right here, 23 degrees, Sagittarius, 38 minutes in the 5th. So you got this home higher learning creativity. All righty. So you're with the children, enjoying yourself, right? With this home higher learning creativity. Maybe just after lunchtime. Maybe you guys want to go outside, plant some things, go in the garden. Maybe it's a little recess moment. All right. Allow yourself to just not explore recess as far as the playground, but maybe you guys are exploring the foliage. Maybe taking an app like, I don't know, some leaf foliage identifying application. And maybe allowing yourself to identify what's in the garden or what's around you in the neighborhood as far as what's growing on the trees, plants, and shrubs that are around. Maybe you like to take them to an arboretum, so to speak, right? Where you can allow, it's funny, again, this Jupiter in the 8th will be ruling over this. So yeah, maybe we're going to be doing something, expounding upon on some investigation with the children. That would be, some investigative recess, I guess, allowing ourselves and having fun outside in the garden, where we can learn about, after, maybe the homeschool setting, going outside. However, while we're still outside, we're expanding that institution and finding the beauty in investigating, the garden, so to speak. where, because in the garden is where the death and rebirth happens, the death of the seed and the birth of the daughter leaves, right? So you can look at the 8th house like garden. For me, that's kind of how I look at it at times. Most people look at 4th house as garden also. However, 5th from the 4th is where things grow. So the home's children would be the garden, because 8th is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the 4th. Just to give some other synonymous things out there as far as how we could creatively use our thinking. Alrighty, so where we have this sextile, we have this growth opportunity, actually. Saturn's here in the 7th, ruling over itself in the 7th. It has accidental dignity in the 7th because Saturn is exalted in Libra. So Saturn dominant actually in Aquarius in the 7th house is really allowing this growth opportunity between how we actually allow ourselves to structure our subconscious mind. When it comes to our emotions, we're really finding a way to be creative in how we're relating these things. And so you may feel at this moment that, you know, you have a great idea but it's recess time. Okay, you still want the children to learn. You still want to be that altruistic teacher. Cool. Then you can be able to take them, as I said, outside in the garden and expand the beauty in this institution pertaining to learning. All right. So that you can be able to reveal and unveil these things that may take them into the values of the 8th house. The values of the 8th house is the 9th, which is, you know, world affairs, right? And so they'll be able to take what you have showed them during recess. And maybe these are things that will stick with them, that when they're older, 15, 20 years later, they will never forget this recess day. And they'll be able to make magnificent gardens of their own. Islam. Lunar Neptunian quartile. Lunar Neptunian quartile here. All right. And here we go. This is happening on 20th April 2022, Odin's Day, Woden's Day, right? Ilawa Raphael, right? 1400 hours, 19 minutes, and 28 seconds thereafter. And again, this is a Lunar Neptunian quartile here. We're getting over some obstacles here, right? Lunar 24 degrees Sagittarius, right? 15 minutes with Mars in the 7th ruling over the moon's qualities. All right, definitely ruling over the moon's qualities with the South Node here. Maybe there's some things from our childhood and home. Maybe we're allowing some things that, you know, hey, mom, I do remember this when it came up. However, I really don't want to speak about it. Or maybe this is some grounds for closure and clarity. Allow yourselves to get over yourselves, all right, to get over this challenging obstacle, correct? Because now what you can do is whatever it was that was hidden, or whatever some things that you thought that it was swept under the rug, but it has resurfaced, allow you guys to really expand and get over and heal from that wound. Because you'll allow this wounded healing to occur. It will really absolve a lot of unnecessary ignoring of one another. Lunar Jupiterian quartile. Lunar Jupiterian quartile, here's another obstacle we're getting over with no problem. However, Jupiter is here in the 6th house, actually. And Luna is actually here in the 3rd. So 3 and 6, very mercurial, those areas pertaining to the collective life. All righty. So we're looking to communicate some form of service, or we're really allowing ourselves to get this early childhood development and how we make sure we go about every day servicing a means to overcome the obstacle between the way we would like to expand our subconscious mind. All righty. So in the way that we're going to be able to do that, maybe, you know, you feel that in expanding your subconscious mind where you would like to do it, you may find yourself amongst some people who, you know, share the same views as you. However, since your approach to whatever is being viewed may seem either radical or really so far different from what anyone else has heard, you're going to really have to allow yourself to speak, and others are going to have to allow themselves to really institute some active listening. The listening. Why am I pointing to listening with all this, you know, energy that's obviously stellium and in the sixth house, Mars, Venus, Vertex, Neptune, and Jupiter, right? Actively inheriting the values related and fated relationships while we're looking to institute those things from breath descended exercise where we can actually expand our higher learning in an erudite fashion, correct? So that's why I'm saying what we're doing here with all of that, we're really allowing ourselves to really overcome the obstacle between the way we would love to expand our subconscious mind and really share it. However, these people are going to have to recognize here that are listening that they have two ears and one mouth, and let the one here that's speaking, that's bringing obviously some occult knowledge from past lives and their early childhood development, and be able to communicate it to the whole so that the future, and no longer denying and being fascinated with times to come, so to speak, will seem a little more promising in how we value, how we relate to one another as brothers and mothers. And here I have a void of course moon actually to be specific with you guys, I'm looking at a 6 hour 56 minutes, 6 hour 56 minute void of course from 1600 hours 55 minutes and 47 seconds till about 2300 hours 52 minutes when Luna ingresses Capricorn. All righty. So you want to make no major transactions between 4:55 p.m. and 11:52 p.m. All right. So guys, do all your shopping. You want your resources, hit your Whole Foods and your Costco's or whatever you like to go or whatever to get your victuals or anything else that you would like. All right. To get them early or wait till after. Do all your online ordering. If you do any online ordering after 11:52 post meridian on 2300 hours 52 minutes Eastern. All right. Adjust your time zones accordingly. So when we hit this here, guys, this is my final and last out of my diverse testimonies and all of our diverse testimonies, thus rendering you all a full synthesis term delineation for the 14th April to the 20th April 2022. And here I will be closing out with this Luna ingressing. Looky, Astro Cookie. I know. Hold on. Luna's feeling a little peregrine. It feels like a pilgrim because it's home and it's home in Cancer where it's ruling over the 8th house, actually, over the fated relationships within our career. Right? Look how Luna's ruling over the fated relationships with our career because, you know, the career, when you're talking as a diacal release and it's part of spirit, right? And then Luna, right, is in the sign dealing with status and career. Looky, Astro Cookie, right? So obviously there's going to be some meeting that needs to take place this day. It's going to be some meeting. And when this meeting takes place, obviously, Jupiter is going to tell the tale and how the moon's going to express itself here. So Jupiter here is in the 3rd house in Pisces, ruling over the 3rd house, ruling over Neptune, ruling over Venus. Neptune's dominant along with Jupiter. Venus is exalted. And so Mars is still in the 2nd. So it's definitely a 1 exalted, 2 dominant kind of dispositorship quality going on when it comes to the communication and thinking. And that energy is being brought to the 1st house and how people are expressing themselves, how they do things, the overall constitution and the way things are done collectively. All righty. So I really think that in this meeting today, people are going to get some, it's a meeting that has to happen. You must have this meeting. It's a fated meeting and it's for your career. However, at the end of the day, stop biting your nails, people, because you feel out of place. Because really, at the end of the day, this is where you're going to be able to do the foreign affairs necessary to be able to secure things that are there, right? Things that are backing your career, right? Because 19 degrees Leo is the back. Things that are backing your career, right? And have already backed your career, obviously 54 minutes pertaining to arc ago. But you're going to really see that everything that you've done is really paid off here. Really has. You're going to really find yourself loving yourself. And this is going to be the moment where you're just going to learn how to take a compliment, say thank you, and move on to making the next greatest project in the world. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor, and I'm open to any questions, comments, suggestions, and corrections in the future to any of our international colleagues that we, you know, are in contact with now regularly, as we can see. All right. And so when they come and view us, as we go and view them, and we begin to, you know, hey, let's come and visit your YouTube channel and spread love and say, hey, it's so cool to view you guys. This is what we're doing. We're not hating. We're congratulating. That's what's going on. That's what's been being pushed since I was little. It's just that now we're in a time where I'm not going to get fucking teased and bullied about it. Why? Because I don't care what you think. I see what actually is best for us collectively on the planet, and we choose love instead of hate. We choose putting profit, noble duality at the forefront pertaining to our minds, and we choose in assisting and uplifting fallen humanity without seemingly evangelizing or debating people. Even though usually when people see us as evangelizing or debating, it's because they're beholding that beauty, not us. Remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, which what that means is you judge things as you are, not as those things are that's being judged. Any questions, comments, and or suggestions?
Islam.
I know that's major, right? How can Brother Hasan sit here and treat everybody with love as if they're, you know, genuine beings and adepts, right? Well, my thing is like, giving the bestest in me while looking for the bestest in you. And at the same time, I'm judging you as I am, not as you are. I'm dealing with you, interacting with you, communicating, sharing with you as I am, not as I see you. Because I can't, because the beauty in which I see in you is only beheld by my state. Islam? I yield to my beloved brothers, my magnificent brothers, whom I'm well pleased.
Islam, I have nothing for thy people.
Let me stop the screen share.
Art thou?
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Hey, yo, bro knows this. What? Bro knows that.
What?
Uh-oh.
Right.
Yep, see? That's what it was. There you go.
I did, shawty. Stop, man. I'm really enjoying myself, man. Ramadan is amazing. I'm really glad that I had this opportunity to love on myself without any interruptions or domineers of any kind. And I am able to even go back and look at videos of myself and look at myself now and go, man, I really made it through that dismal crypt, didn't I? So anyway, with that being said, chapter 19, anyone? Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood of the East. So with that being said,
that's funny. That's literally right.
Show them again, bro. Show them again. I know the camera was like, see that book so powerful that the camera was like, oh, that's Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood of the East. Even the phone was like, I submit, you know.
That's
Right? It. The Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood of the East, right? Red book.
The red book. Yes.
So, no questions, comments, and or suggestions, man. I'm going to continue enjoying this fast. I think I might, like I said, I need to get some water. But I'm going to I think I'm going to go sit in the field, bro, and read. Honestly, since I got this new book, I got so many new books, guys. Like, shout out to, hold on, let's shout out all the new books that have been sent. And I trust we get a special guest this Friday, because one of our special guests may be one of our publishers here. You know, hopefully we can get one of I won't say which publisher it is, but let's hope we get one of the publishers to show. All righty. So shout out to Brother Terrell Tamari Bey for suggesting thrift books so that I can get this. This was actually a suggestion and I got to get the other one. Brother Sean and Brother Corey have been really racking up the book suggestions. But this was a suggestion by Mother Delilah Pascal. So shout out to, I'm always, no matter what, shout out Mother Delilah Pascal, because she's the one that brought me into at least to be seen by the Sayaraha of Great Seal. All righty. And so I'm moving forward in that. So shout out again to Mother Rashida Bey, too, who was the one to give me my first astrology books after I met her. You guys know I say that all the time. Mother Rashida Bey gave me my Encyclopedia of Astrology or Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology, like these books that are just here right next to me. If I just kind of just briefly held them up or whatever, you know, so can I grab that real quick without knocking anything down? So the Encyclopedia of Astrology by Nicholas DeBoer. I honestly read this a lot. I done busted the spine and everything, right? So that's that. And then you guys know too that Howard Leslie Cornell Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology, right? But books right here. I got books everywhere. Shout out to our Moorish American publishers out there. All righty. The first one that I received. All righty. Shout out to Khalifa Media, Mother Tahita. All righty. Shout out to Khalifa Media. All righty. For the Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, right? It's the hardcover one, right? And for the Muslim Girls Training Guide, all right? There too, Sisters Auxiliary, right? Look, we got both pentagrams, right? One up, one down, right? See that? As above is so below. See higher self, lower self, guys? Perfect matrimony type energies there. Page 377. And as always, shout out to our foundation. Shout out to Mother Ross Mariah Day. All righty. And with all the civic drip that you get before you even get to what you ordered. This what I ordered. This what was extra. Right? So many things to go in on. Right? A lot of the handouts that used to be the singular handouts have been turned into a couple of books here dealing with civics. Guys, I'm telling you, you know, so and you guys know me, I've been actually freely promoting Moorish Americans ventures or merchant experiences or merchant ventures. I've been actually promoting freely since about 2016, guys. So when I'm promoting different Moorish Americans, I still have yet to actually ever be compensated for doing it. I really do it out of my heart, out of my experience. And when I'm ready to share some things pertaining to Moorish Americans that are active, and it seems like to me and is to me, checks out being viable work, all righty, despite whatever slanders are out there, I really do enjoy paying it forward and promoting our own, because that is something that is rarely seen amongst people with copper-toned skin here at the North Gate. However, no matter what it looks like, it's back in the hands pertaining to the Asiatics, guys. So we're here taking our place pertaining to the affairs, amongst the affairs of men, pardon me, and allowing ourselves to do that. And so, you know, like I said, just wanted to show these last two that I got from RV Bay Publications. This is the Holy Quran. Now, I got my seal. I seal my documents. The Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. All right. So I got this from RV Bay. So this is our civic organization mindset, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, and then our religious corporation mindset, Moorish Science Temple of America. Both have the same contents. But again, you saw that live with Brother Cujo yesterday. What's your state? Where do you stand? Where do you stand? I enjoy, you know, standing everywhere. You know, it's my ancestral estate. Right? I'm free to travel, right? Right?
It's
my birthright. Right? And I also got the great meeting is on. Islam, Asia. Right? The 101 questions for Moorish Americans, right? Quran questions for Moorish Americans, right? So these, I know, you already got them, don't you? Yeah, I'm gonna keep getting more too, right? Just, you know, so guys, remember to, you know, schedule your readings with us, all righty? And that's why we do the advertising that we do. So 9 times out of 10, guys, like I said, I got some things to do as far as my studies, but I will be, when I do the advertising, 9 times out of 10, it'll be, so you guys can get your mirror sessions. I know we got other things on the website right now, Brother Hasan, till about my solar return. I'm just going to be pushing mirror sessions for me. I will do anything else anyone asks me to. However, 9 times out of 10, I'm going straight for mirror sessions. All righty. And because AstroLiteracy is paramount. Shout out to, because I went back and reviewed it. I want to shout out 2 of our colleagues, internationally speaking, as far as astrologers. Shout out to Mallory and Taylor for their young astrologers presentation. Beautiful, to the point where Mallory had mentioned how she noticed the clients are coming in, or their clients are coming more astro-literate. Verbatim. That's what she said. Verbatim. So you guys are welcome, respectfully, because we took on a portion of astrology that most people have ignored, or you would have to do it on your own. It's nothing wrong with promoting literacy. It's nothing wrong with that. It's actually something that's not really promoted too much. So we're really at the forefront of something that we actually foresaw years in advance. And you guys are going to see being literate is way more cooler than being cool.
Islam.
All right. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions before we yield, my beloved brothers, in whom I am well pleased.
Nope. Who are you?
I'm about to go to the field with my bizzocks.
Yeah, it's a book day today, sir.
Hello? Yo, that ain't no Federal Reserve notes. That ain't cool. Okay. I'd rather be competent than cool. Hello?
We got big brands over here. If that's the case, I can pull out 2 books. There's big mans.
I know, right? Exactly. Right. But I need to all this book getting during this Ramadan. I need to go get some water now. All right. So we had fun. Did enough book porn now. Kidding. Sort of. Without being vulgar. That's just what people call it when you're showing off your books. They call it book porn, right? But that's not, I'm not promoting pornography. Let's not go there. All righty. For laughing in quiet. I'm a children's astrologer. All right. In no way, shape, or form would I promote that. I would promote healthy, natural mommy, daddy sexual relationships so there can be more children to teach astrology to. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, be in harmony with nature.
Yes.
Be decent. Right? Don't be offensive. Don't be an offender out there. All right. Anyhow, no questions, comments, and no suggestions. This is where stop, Terrell. This is where. All right. This is where I'm going to yield the floor. All righty, you all. And I'm going to post this video to TikTok. Shout out to the Caliph Society. Shout out to all active Moors out there. Moor Avengers also. Shout out to all of you out there. I saw Brother Pluto just posted the Moor Avengers picture out there. I'm going to post that to the stories also, man. All righty. So I really feel the unity, guys. It's giving me goosebumps and it's warm. So I'm really glad that Moors are really, things are coming full circle. You guys have studied and you're seeing this sacred year finish, and we're coming into our civil year. So let's have a civil celebration, right? A civic celebration, so to speak. However, let's have actually an air-filled celebration. And when I say air-filled, I mean H-E-I-R filled. That's what I mean by air-filled. H-E-I-R filled. Let's have an air-filled celebration. All righty. So I'm going to say my namaste to you all, Brother Terrell, Brother Sean.
Islam.
Namaste to my beloved brothers and hope I'm well pleased. Islam.
Peace, people.